Simulation webinar starting. Cotton Grammar here. Got an amazing webinar lined up for you. And I'm going to say hello to my guest tonight. As always, who's been with me on every simulation webinar, Derek Awasiak. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Con. Pretty good. How are you?
Always amazing. And always the assimilation webinar favorite, Stephen Floyd. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Cotton. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Great. Guys, tonight we got an amazing webinar lined up for you. We have the top outsourcing gigs from Fiverr and a lot of other sites you've never probably heard of before. We're going to give you the rundown and how it can actually improve your SEO and a lot of other tasks that you got going on right now. And these are all safe and approved by us. They've been used by one of the coaches in OMG. So I think you guys are going to be able to get a lot of use out of this list. But first, let's run down some basic information, which is we seem to be having a lot of problems with everyone kind of confused about where you should be posting your coaching questions or where you should be asking things. So I'm going to take the time to go through this very quickly. And I'm sorry for those of you that have this crystal clear, but there's literally probably about a third of you that just don't understand what the groups are and what their purposes are. Guys, let me ask you this. If you are 100% certain what all groups are for, give me a 1. If you're kind of uncertain, give me a 2. I want to see, just so we know. Well, we're getting some 2s here. So here's what we're going to do. There's a lot of 2s that just came in. No, we're not going to move on, Stephen. We're going to go over it. If there's a problem, and OMG, guys, listen. Here's one of the things that really kind of annoyed me is when I was in Austin, I had a couple OMGers come up to me, and they told me, hey, your webinars are too long. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to shortchange you? I said, guys, listen. If there's one person that doesn't understand it, that's different. But when there's 30 people that don't understand it, we're here to help you. We're not going to leave anyone behind just because the majority understands. It's not how OMG operates. We're a community. So just remember that. So you're going to have to be patient when we go over stuff like this. Guys, the OMG Way group is simply this. The OMG Way group is a free group that anyone can join. The purpose of this group is for us to promote announcements and to keep people that are not members of OMG in the loop of us about when we're going to open OMG so we can market to them. You do not answer questions in the OMG way. And it's pretty simple how to determine where the OMG way is. When you go to the top here, it will read right here in the corner where you see OMG Way closed group. Now, the main flagship group where you should be posting all of your questions, and everyone's a member here first. Well, that's not true. If you were over there, then this is how you paid. This is the group you get. So when you were sold into OMG, it's called Secret Group. OMG NHB Team. This is the main group that every member is a member of. This is the group that you should be posting your questions in and answering. Second, we have an OMG Beginner Acceleration and Support. You have to be requested to be added to this. You can either send Mike, Greg, or myself a personal message on Facebook to be added to OMG Beginner Acceleration and Support. This is for new questions from people that are just starting out in OMG that might not be, just gives you a little bit more comfort level to put your questions in here. Then there is just OMG Amazon and Community Mastermind. You can either message Mike, myself, or Liz to get in this group if you are a member of OMG. These are literally the only 3 groups that you need to worry about posting to get answers from coaches. Now, if you happen to go to the OMG Way and you post a question in here, remember there are probably about 2,000 people in here that are not members of OMG. We're not going to answer the question, and we don't want you to think that we're ignoring you. So it's very important. So this guy right here, is there any advantage? This question right here, It's not going to get answered by a coach. This is a guy that's not a member of OMG. If we feel like answering it and if we feel generous, yeah. But guys, when there's 2,000 members of OMG, when I get tagged, 20, 30 times a day, I get 30, 40 personal messages. We're not going to give charity work over here for those of us that have paid hard-earned money to be in the secret group. So now remember, closed, OMG Way, that's the free group. When we are going to be posting in here tonight. And then the secret group is over here. Now, I'm sorry this is redundant, but there's a massive breakdown of people that didn't understand it. So hopefully that clears it up for everyone. There's only 3 groups you need to know about. And guys, I understand you're going to tell me that there's more groups. No one needs to know about those. Those are special groups created from who you bought in through, whether it be Bob Proctor, On8, Jason Fladlien, or whoever, how you came into OMG. They have separate sect groups. And those groups have nothing to do with the 3 main groups that you pay for. So these are the only 3 that you need to know about. Very, very easy. Now, some of you might say, well, there's assimilation. Assimilation is my personal group, and I run it in the heart and spirit of OMG. But it's not anything that you pay for. So I want to get that very, 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 very clear. And there's nothing else associated besides those 3 groups that you need to know about. On to some other business that everybody seems to. First of all, before we move on, give me a 5 if everyone's clear now. Give me a 5 if everyone's clear. That the
Hey, Cotton,
yes,
can I say one thing real quick?
sure.
Out of everything that Cotton highlighted, one thing to really pay particular attention to is the OMG Way group. What keeps happening is this: there's posts where people go, "Hey guys, I have a question about Greg's method where he teaches to do A, B, C, D, and G, right?" And you basically go over a complete OMG tactic that is supposed to be something that's only for members in the private group. So just to reiterate, I know Cotton already said it, but I wanted to hit it twice just to make sure everyone got it. Please be careful what group you're in when you're posting, because what happens is as soon as that information, I have literally seen people post an entire, basically, OMG secret, right, in a question. And as soon as that happens, then you basically just shared it with the world is what happens. So please be careful of doing that. Please be careful, in those groups. We all paid a lot of money to be here.
Sure. Here's a good question that Phil brought up that I want to make it clear to everyone. The reason that we use the OMG Way to post assimilation webinars in is because it's a free group. If you just bought Director's Cut and that's all you own, you are not in any group. You can only be in the free OMG Way group. Director's Cut does not come with the Facebook group that is the secret group. You don't get that with just Director's Cut. You only get that if you are in Project X, Juggernaut, or Breakthrough, or the original NHB. That's the only way that you can get inside the secret group. So that's why we use the OMG Way to post in the webinars. So just wanted to clear that up. Now, one other thing that I wanted to clear up is there has been some questions, and before it gets out of control and there's any gossip, how many of you know that there's no really easy way to put it, but there's been some questions about Network Empire and the relationship between OMG and Network Empire and what's going on. And to stop gossip, because it appeared like there's a little gossip thread, there were people posting about their theories and, oh, I think I know. If you guys, that's how rumors start. And that's how crazy stuff happens. So here's the deal. No one in OMG has any problems with Network Empire whatsoever. Network Empire fulfilled, they were paid to come on to do Director's Cut. They were only obligated to do 4 months. These guys were so generous and so selfless. They went double the amount of time, even up beyond double. They did almost 9 months of webinars. So they over delivered. And at that point, their fulfillment is done. That's it. So all of this talk that there's a fight going on and there's all of this, there's not. I have the utmost respect for Network Empire. So does Mike, David, Greg, Derek, everyone else. There's nothing going on. So, when people go, well, you should have notified me. I like had, people tell me, well, it was my right to know. No, it wasn't. And here's why. If you didn't buy Director's Cut, OMG gives you things that you benefit from just by being an association. I'm going to give you one example. Because Derek and Mike are doing the add-on days, the after credits for OMG Live, you get them if you bought the original OMG. We've went ahead and added Mike to the original. So you're benefiting by the fact that you're not going to the second, or you're getting the second. We're giving you more. So with Director's Cut, because you're in Project Breakthrough, you got Network Empire, and you never should have got them anyway. It was a bonus. They were just in Director's Cut. So you didn't lose anything. You got that and more. I guess people think that they get entitled, and when they get something pulled away, they're like, oh my God, it was mine. So everything's been fulfilled. There's no ill will, the utmost respect for anyone. I look forward to, and so will all of you, seeing Jimmy at OMG Live. He will be there. And so there's nothing going on. So just give me a 7 if everyone's clear on that. So there's no rumors going on. Give me a 7. Great. Because a lot of times there was some, I don't know what member it was in here. It's my speculation that he's foot. No. If you don't know anything, and I don't even know why, I wanted to delete the thread, but bottom line is I just let it roll. So there's nothing going on. Utmost respect. Now maybe we can move on with some other stuff. I just wanted to get all of the announcements out of the way. And unfortunately, because the simulation webinar generally has more people on it than any other webinar, we have to talk about these things to make sure that every member knows what's going on so everyone's in the loop. So with that, we will move on. And guys, if you have any questions, just load them up in the chat box and we will get going. We have a couple questions that were loaded up before, and we will get to those. And because I already know it's from Ryan, I think the poor guy sits around and tries to stump us. So, Derek, I'm automatically going to give this to you because so he's like, hey, guys, brain buster for you. Brain buster. He wants to try to stump you, Derek. It says, I purchased a powerful expired domain like Greg teaches to use as a money site. Lots of EDU and government links. Great DA. I am rebranding it and will not be carrying over the old brand, nor will I be reusing content. Google seems to not want to index the site, which may have many pages of fresh, well-written content. Strangely, if all indexed one day, then de-indexed the next. Oh, hold on. You said strangely, all indexed one day, then de-indexed the next. Though some old pages are still indexed, as it is my home page. Ever see this before? Wondering if I'm getting a manual review or if Google is simply in shock from the changeover. The real company switched domains and is currently live on the net. Almost all my backlinks there are brand name.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like to me that it could have been maybe an old 301 to the real business that was using it before, and you might have to just try to like wake up the links. And what I mean by that is, like we talked about it last week, is just you can send all the links through an indexer or like an indexation service or whatever, any of those, and usually that'll get it to wake up all those external links and that will tell you for sure if it's got some kind of penalty or not, because if it doesn't come back from that. But other than that, sometimes it's just slow. You can also you can even put some of those pages into a Google shortener, and usually that will get something indexed as well, and or even just put more content on there. Because I without looking at it, it's like I'm just shooting darts in the dark. But anyone else have any other ideas? I mean, other than putting in Webmaster Tools and finding out if there is an error. But
yeah, that's like kind of the no-brainer. Just do that. things are just indexing slower. So what we're not getting is he probably put this site up yesterday and he's stressing.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it was an auction site or something
Right.
if it's that high DA, but who knows? You can check on the way back if it was 100% only a rebrand or a actual business before it was 301, or if it was, because a lot of times if there are 301s or they could have been better refreshed or anything like that, it takes a long time to get those things back in sometimes. So
He said it was 2 weeks ago. So I
yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Well, take it to me and I'll take a look if you want.
Yeah. All right. Next question is, we're just going to throw this to Steven. We want to keep him in the mix. This is another brain buster, Steven.
Yeah, hey, yeah, I mean, honestly, put the damn thing in Webmaster Tools first. Why all this mental
He
masturbation?
said he has. He said he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why is he asking if he has a manual review?
He said, could it be? Could they be sniffing around and then they're just going to click a button and then turn it to a manual review?
Yeah. Are you using your same Gmail account you're linking to?
Okay. Okie dokie. I'll do the next one.
All right. Your brain buster is this one, Steven. What is
Thank
the
you.
best link indexer software? Backlinks indexer, link indexer, crazy indexer, or link indexer, or something else?
You gave me the worst one possible
I know.
because I could do a rant about indexing in general.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of me doing a rant, Derek, would you like to take that one?
No, I want to hear the rant. Don't you, Derek?
Well, you can. Like, I really only use it when I have to. I always let everything naturally index, but
Do you guys give me a 1, and I'm gonna piss some people off, but
That's okay.
you can edit this out later if you want, Cotton.
That's okay.
Give me a 1 if you think you know what it means when you pay someone to quote index your links. If you think you know what they actually do, give me a 1. Give me a 1 on the window. If you think that you actually know what happens when someone quote indexes your links for you, give me a 2 if you have no freaking idea.
trust me, you can buy these things for some other software you use.
So good. So I think pretty much everybody is pretty much everybody's being honest here. So indexing, there's not a magic wand. They don't have the magic wand of indexing, which automatically does it. There's a few different techniques, but mostly what indexing, when you pay someone to quote index something for you, what it consists of is being submitted to status sites and basically building backlinks to it. Now, I'm not saying that's the only technique, but I'm saying that that's basically what you're paying for when someone quote indexes something for you. So what I personally, I don't use any of the indexing services because I have both of those tools available to me in GSA. So if I need to get a large number of links indexed, I simply run an indexing campaign. GSA actually has an indexer campaign, and then on top of it, there's actually an indexer extra software that you can buy for GSA. So it's like double indexing, and then you can just build a tier and then build links to your links, which is like quadruple, triple indexing.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't want to mess with all that,
Which they shouldn't. Which they should.
Right. Then that's fine. Then, Derek, which one do you like?
I don't know. They're all crap, but I don't mind. I don't really use any of them, honestly.
Yeah,
But that's why I was saying that send links to. I said send the indexing to the link profile there. Just because I don't like sending those directly to my site.
What he means is translation. Go to Ahrefs or Majestic or somewhere. Download your backlink profile, and just slap that into something like indexification and let it rip, and hopefully that works.
Yeah, it's gonna.
So the answer is probably 6 of one or a half dozen of the other. They all probably do very, very close to the same thing. So I would probably choose one based on convenience and price.
Yeah, I've had pretty good success with Instant Indexer, but I'm not like split testing all 5 of those and comparing them. So
yeah. I mean, if you use Command Center, you can check every box in there and just throw your links in and have it run through 4 or 5 services at once if you want to use the credits.
Sure.
And that probably would do it for you.
You can always make it a lot harder and not have a YouTube video in there either.
Yeah. That's true. You can. You also definitely don't want to take the URL and put it into the keyword planner. Definitely don't do that because Google will not instantly fetch that URL when you put it into the AdWords tool. And definitely don't put a Google Plus button on your page and click it. Don't do any of those things. Just go buy some indexing services.
Don't use any Google shorteners then either.
Yeah, no Google shorteners. We can keep going.
Right. Great. So on to the next question. Hey guys, I've been an OMG for a year now, and I'm focused so much on learning the SEO that it seems to be so far away to actually get clients. I want to do lead gen, and I want to make the $10,000 a month by Christmas. Is this something obtainable with lead gen, or should I go to client consulting route? I want to kill it this winter and come out 2015 with a not. Thanks so much, guys. Be happy to take this one. Guys, there seems to be a lot of, listen, you should be going out getting a client within the first 3 weeks that you're an OMG. I mean, I'm like being dead. There's only so much SEO that you can do. Sitting on the sidelines and just waiting until you think you're good enough is never going to happen. There's no better way to learn SEO than when you're thrown in the fire and when you get a client. And are you going to go, well, I don't want to upset them. Well, do you want to be homeless or do you want to make money? So what I did is I put a limit on the amount of learning that I was going to do when I first started. That was 60 days. After 60 days and after 40, I would say 80 hours a week for 8 weeks, I was either going to be ready or never be ready. So there's a lot of people that just make an excuse to not go out and take action. You need to be taking action. There's a lot of people that I can give example of that haven't even been in OMG 90 days, are already on page 2 for their city SEO, are already pitching deals and already sent a proposal. I know because I'm helping them. And that's how you take action, is by learning. And there's no better way that Steven or Derek or myself or any of the coaches want to help you when you're in the middle of the action. Something that I don't like helping people, it's been OMG for 6 months and they've never taken one step forward and they just want to keep learning. So take action. And I'm going to go through something else. Guys, if you're brand new to OMG and you're just starting out, I do not advise you, and I don't care what anybody says, I will argue with them till the cow comes home, because there is no one in OMG that makes as much money as I do. You do not need to be doing affiliate. You do not need to be doing lead gen, this rank and rent or this other stuff. You will be pulling your hair out. Joe and I, 3 weeks ago on his hot seat, just went over all of the niches that you need to be doing. And we told you the level of difficulty and what you should be doing and what you shouldn't to be making money right away. Now, if you've got a nice little nest egg that you want to sit on and you want to just learn affiliate, good luck. But Derek will tell you that there is a level of expertise that you have to have when you do affiliate. There just is. And it's not beginner. It's not for beginners. Lead gen is not for beginners. It just isn't. What is for beginners? Client SEO. You can go out tomorrow and find a client and have $500 a month in your hand or $1,000 a month in your hand and pay for your OMG bill. That's what you need to be doing. Now, Derek, is there any guarantee? Now, when let's just say a year ago, with your knowledge a year ago, was there any guarantee that you were going to make $10,000 a month on an affiliate site in 4 months? I guess Derek went to the bathroom. Steven, with your knowledge of SEO, can you make $10,000 a month at affiliate in 4 months?
You mean today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about a beginner?
No, there's no universe. It's funny. The skills required to be good at both actually are really similar in the aspect of keyword research being so important for you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, we've gone over this and over this and over this and over this. And Taylor, to answer your question directly, the answer is yes. You absolutely can be making that much money by Christmas. So that's the straight up answer. Mm-hmm. The answer is that you could go out tomorrow and make this happen for yourself. but you're not going to do it behind the keyboard. You're not going to do it by sending emails. You're not going to do it probably even by picking up the phone. You're going to do it by getting up, getting dressed, and going out and selling somebody. It's probably how you're going to do it. And, if you knock on 100 doors, you're bound to close somebody. You're going to close somebody. It's going to happen. And then once you have mastered client consulting, then you're sitting there and you're looking at your bank account and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with all this money. Then if you want to look at some other method of monetization like lead gen, go for it. Do affiliate, do Amazon, do CPA, do PPV. There's 8,000 three-letter acronyms that you could get into, but every single person that I know that is at the top of the food chain earning-wise, they started with one thing and they killed it. And a very few people have moved on to a second or a third thing and they've killed those as well. But I don't know anyone, if you start off in the beginning and you have 4 or 5, and guys, people like this, okay? People who have 7 or 8 different things they're doing right now as beginners, right? They got this site doing that. They're selling links over here. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're all these various things. And what they're doing is there's a lot of activity there, but all the money they're making from doing those 12 different things is not making them what they'd be making if they did one thing and really committed to it and really put their heart into it. So, again, the direct answer to your question is absolutely, Taylor. You absolutely can be making $10K a month by Christmas. That is a 1,000,000% attainable goal in reality. That's not that much. That's $3 grand a month clients and a couple of one-offs. That is easy, 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 easy. But again, you're going to have to get up, get dressed, and get out in the world. You're going to have to do it. Don't even mess with emails and all this other mess. You're going to have to get out there and shake hands and hand out cards and meet people and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and one of the things, guys, I know that we kind of beat this with a dead horse. It's just because of this. I really give a damn whether you guys make money or not. I really do. I don't want to shove what I'm doing down your throat just because I'm doing it. But guys, I can sit here and maybe I'm wrong. Derek, isn't your largest percentage of your income coming in right now from client SEO?
Yeah, it's pretty much all client right now.
Right.
Just it grows exponentially faster than doing affiliate.
Right. And
plus, like, you don't even have to perform to get that 10 grand, right? Like,
exactly.
I mean, you don't. I'm not trying to be like, don't scam people. I mean, but
right.
I mean, if it's going to take you 3 months to rank an affiliate site, at least you close the deal and you're making, you can funnel some of the funds into your affiliate projects, whatever you want. But at least you have something to bank with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. Stephen, isn't your largest percentage of your income from client SEO?
Oh yeah, I mean 98% of my income is from client SEO. Sure. Maybe 98.5. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, if I wanted to increase my income, if I decided, I don't know, say my kid wants to get private lessons in something and it's an extra couple of grand a month or whatever, right? In fact, that's a reality I'm about to deal with. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out and get another client. I'm just going to go grab one.
Sure.
And listen, the techniques I'm going to use are the exact methods that we teach in OMG. 1,000,000%. I don't have any secrets. I don't have any ninja ways of doing it. If you have gone through OMG's training, you know all the things that I do to get clients. You know all of them. There's nothing. I don't have any magic, secrets or secret lead gen sources or any of that stuff. You have all the techniques available to you. But the difference is, possibly between me and maybe someone else who maybe wouldn't get there is, if I need that money, I'm going to get up tomorrow, I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to get in my car, and I'm going to go sell somebody. And I'm going to do as many appointments as I need to do until somebody signs. If I need to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 a day for a week or 2 weeks, then so be it. But it's going to happen. When I start it, I determine what I need to make, I pick a target audience, and then I go do pitches. And if I have to do 10 pitches or 1,000 pitches, I'm going to win. I'm going to get that. It's going to happen. It's a reality. It's a fact. And sometimes it does take me more. I don't have a 100% closing rate. That's not even possible, I don't think. Sometimes they're easy and sometimes they're hard, but I know that if I keep going, I'm always going to get it. And that's why, again, I'm taking it back to you. 10K a month within 3 months from now, if you'll get up off your butt, absolutely, man. That is absolutely doable.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%. But listen, don't waste your time with a bunch of other mess. Make a decision right now. If you're listening to us and you believe in what we're telling you, then turn everything else off. Say, you know what? I'm a client SEO now, and I'm going to go get me 5 $2,000 a month clients, or I'm going to go get me 3 $3,000 a month clients, or 2 $5,000, however you want to do it. Write it down, figure out who your target is going to be, and go close them. And don't mess with it. Don't learn. You don't need any more SEO. Don't watch another video in OMG.
Nope.
Go close clients.
That's right. It's true. And then, guys, also, you don't need people to hold your hand with these deals. Just get out and get it done. You should know more than we do about these deals. You've been dealing with the people one-on-one. We've given you every piece of information to be successful with all client getting tactics. Now, have I shared all my client getting tactics? No. Am I going to? Probably not. There's stuff that you don't need to know because you've got enough in front of you because you haven't even tried it all. But I just want to make this clear. There's a lot of fads running through. Oh, it's affiliate now because it is so affiliate pack or whatever it is. Wrong. If you're new, run from it as fast as you can and get some clients. That's just what I'm telling you. And this same way goes for lead gen or this rank and rent or whatever it's called. I have no idea. But you'll find that the top money earners, Fletch, with his $122,000 deal, what was it? Client. So just remember, you can take 4 months to rank your site and get to number one and have someone nag you down and not have a penny to show for it. Or you can get paid to rank someone's site for 4 months the entire time and have some money and you're paying off your bills. It's up to you. So there's nothing wrong with doing that stuff on the side, but it should be supplemental. Shouldn't be what you start out with. So I think we've beat that down good enough. So we'll go to the next question. It says, celebrity client with new show. What are the steps must take to prevent her new products from being copied or sold without authority? No celebrity website. Nothing is up and running. Please give me the steps to go forward. I have no clue. You need to talk to Liz. You need to get onto an Amazon stuff. And I already know with the person that asked the question that Liz helped you with the deal. We don't know anything about Amazon over here. Maybe Derek or them does. I
love Prime. Hey, man, I love Prime, and I love Prime Now. I order from Prime Now like 10 times a week. I love Amazon. Yeah.
I know how to order like no one's business. But.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I even order my toilet paper from there now. You know, that might.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm serious. My housekeepers come here and says, you low. I'm like, okay. I just went over to Amazon. Now I'm not. So
Prime Now, man, 2-hour delivery.
Exactly.
I've spent thousands on that thing since it launched. I love it. 2 hours. They'll deliver a freaking bucket of ice cream if you want. I mean, it's insane.
Exactly. Let's see. Next question. So where do we push the hashtags today? We push the hashtags in OMG way. And you know what? We haven't did any hashtags. So why don't we do hashtag thanks Steven because he's on here tonight. We'll just start out with that right here. Let's wake up everybody. And just do some hashtags on there to get it going. We have well over 400 people on here. The webinar is going to climb as we continue to go, so we need to be seeing at least a couple hundred of these things when we're going. We need to see everyone's woke up. It's in the OMG way. It said, should people leave the OMG way to avoid confusion? If you want to. Guys, there's never going to be anything posted over there that's not going to be posted in the main group. That's just a fact. So
hey, Cotton.
Yeah.
I noticed something just now as I'm looking through the comments, and this is hardly scientific what I'm about to say, but I just noticed it, and you and Derek may have noticed it more obviously because you do all the assimilation webinars. I'm noticing that every time I'm on the assimilation webinars, I'm noticing the same people asking questions. And guess what? A lot of those people are the people I'm seeing earnings reports from. I wonder if that's a random occurrence there.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a correlation.
There's a lot of people that should be asking questions that aren't, but the old saying is, I was born on an apple farm, and my dad always said it, and it sounds pretty hillbilly. It says, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So they're here. So
yeah.
They've got Derek, who's Derek just told you, he's a lot of money an hour for one-on-ones. I don't do one-on-ones. I don't know if Steven still does or not. And so
Oh no.
you're right.
Man, if I were new in OMG and I had access like to Derek directly like this, I'd be on I'd be so obnoxious. If I had questions, you wouldn't even believe it. I mean,
Right.
again, what Derek gets for his coaching is undercharge. He undercharges, in my opinion. I think he should charge twice what he charges. And to have him here for free is insane to not take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, I don't charge based on what my worth is. I just do it so I can help people. But
I know, buddy. I know. You have a good heart. I'm just saying
Mhm.
to have questions and have access to you every single week, pretty much, and to not take advantage of it is insane.
Yeah. I mean, literally. Sometimes people get upset, but I mean, if all I did was answer everyone's questions and answer every Facebook question, I would not make any money at all. I mean, there
Hmm.
has to be a point to where, I'd like try to devote a couple hours to it a day maximum, but it just can't happen. So that's why I love to see people that are in the action, that are just stuck at something in action. So here we go. So the next question is, Cotton, I hope this isn't a lame question. This week, I had a random freak out because I began running out of places to host PBNs. I have about 60 and will be doubling that in the next few months. Can you give me some insight on how and where to host 160 to 200 PBNs? Steven, do you want to handle that?
Yeah.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Dustin. Hey, Dustin. Dustin's on here a lot. Yeah, buddy. Some of us have thousands, plural. So I think you're going to be good. So, we've gone over this a couple of times. You're going to want to have some variety in your hosting. So, without, teaching a class today, and what I'm about to say, by the way, this is in training. It's in the training. So I'm not sharing anything new right now, but you want to have a mix of legitimate, normal like hosts like GoDaddy and HostGator. You want to have some hosts that are cheap, like $1 top hosts. You want to have some hosts that are using cloud-based services, like Cloudflare and Encapsula, things like that, and some others I know that we've gone over recently. You want to have some Derek's. Derek, what do you call your domain forwarding? What do you call that? I forgot.
oh, the yeah,
Hobo.
domain
Hobo.
mapping, yeah, PBN mapping for
Yeah.
Tumblr and stuff.
Hobo networks or something. I think yeah. But that's Derek's.
PBN Bum Network.
Yeah, bum network. That's what it was. Well, and what Derek was talking about there was explaining how lots of Web 2.0s will allow you to use them for hosts, and you just have to map the domain to it. And then you've also got, you've got. So I think I gave you 5 different ones there. I think to go through, and so that's more than enough. And if you do what Greg teaches. Again, you're going to be able to use a single host and utilize them efficiently. So you shouldn't need that many. So the answer, Dustin, is really you want to diversify your hosting among all the different types we talked about. And if you do that, you're never going to run out. I mean, you could host 120 of them. You could host 200 PBNs on Cloudflare alone and be safe.
Right.
I mean, literally. You could just, honestly, you could just do that and you'd be just fine with that one. So, go back in. I think Greg's training has this. I'm almost positive. It may even be in one of the pillars, one of Greg's trainings. But if not, drop it into the Facebook group if you want some more, need some more clarification on that. But you're not going to run out of hosts, brother. Some of us, again, have thousands, plural, of sites. And, there's so many that you're never going to run out. But congratulations on building your network and getting it started. It's 120, 200, that's a great start. You can rank a bunch of sites with that, man. It's good.
Yeah,
Good
great.
for taking action.
Next question is for Derek. So I have a question for Derek about the webinar where he went over anchor text. At one point, I think he said he starts his first anchor text with either the main keyword or the keyword with the most volume. He said to start with that instead of with the long tail. Did I get that right? Did he say he starts with the main keyword right off the bat and not pure diverse? Thanks.
Well, what I said is you don't use the long tails. Like if you're for local and stuff like that, definitely don't use like geo modifiers and double don't do that if you have if you have like a city in your domain name. That's right. I saw some of that today, and I was just like, this is why you're not ranking. And so like I always start with a keyword that's not in my domain. So it's going to be a really high level market level keyword, and then I go right into like to branded and domain or generic sometimes. But a lot of times you can get away with just using money anchors. You can push that threshold as much as you want if you're testing. And most of the time, if you get a client or whatever, they're going to have a lot of the branded done for you already, so you can go right into money keywords. And just the whole point of that webinar is just to kind of keep your anchor text in check with what the search volumes are saying. So it's about deserving frequency of those anchor texts, right? So if something gets 1,000 searches a month and something else gets 10 searches a month, there's no reason to link to your site with the anchor text that gets only 10 searches a month compared to the 1,000 searches, right? So you have to kind of weight things on that and just try to link to things logically and not just rip things from the keyword tool and just say, oh yeah, look, this looks good, this looks look good keyword, whatever, and this. But usually try to. One of the hardest things I've been trying to teach people to do is use the common language as much as you can in that niche. So if there's a dentist or whatever, don't just think about linking with just dentist keywords like dentist office, teeth whitening and stuff like that, but start thinking about natural language, like what kind of things that people are looking for when they're looking for a dentist, like tooth pains, stain in tooth. I got headaches from having a root canal problem or something like that. It's like all these type of things can promote a lot more different diverse types of anchor text, so you don't have to use so much of your like generic and stuff like that, but it's a lot more natural language kind of stuff. Hopefully that made it even more confusing.
No, sounded about right. Great.
Solid.
Very much so. It says, hi, Derek, Cotton, and Steven. You guys are amazing. Sorry if my question has already been asked, but what is the timing when it comes to posting an article to a 2.0 like Tumblr? How long do you have to wait until you link out to the money site?
Can I grab that one?
Sure.
Or maybe because I bet Derek does it different than me. This is actually a really important question, Mark, to me. I use one of the things that I do, and I do use Web 2.0s a lot in my ranking strategy. And one of the things that I do, my personal method that works really, really well, and it works well for all my students and has for years, literally. I'm going to put up a 2.0, and I'm going to feed content to it. Something like 2 or 3 posts a week for about 3 to 4 weeks on average before I ever link out to a client site. Okay, and I do that for 2 reasons. The first reason that I do it is because it allows me to bypass the spam filter on most of the Web 2.0 sites, internally, right? So Tumblr has its own spam filters, right? And putting up a Tumblr and linking out right away, right, has got to be part of the spam filter. It just has to be. It just makes sense. So number 1, I do it for that, and number 2, a brand new Web 2.0 with no page authority is not helping me hardly at all. So during that 3 to 4 week period, I'm also supporting that 2.0 with links to build up some page authority. So if we have a new Tumblr blog, we throw up some articles, and let's fast forward now let's say 4 weeks. Okay, we've got 12 posts on there, and now we have a page authority. Typically in the 20s. If I started with 0, I can typically get in the 20s in about 4 weeks. And then once I put the link on there, number 1, I'm probably going to keep that 2.0. It's not going to get killed. I lose very, very few. I don't know what the percentage, but it might be less than 1% that I lose in mass. And I know people that lose, 30, 40, 50% commonly, and they're okay with it. The way that they do their strategy. But I'm telling you, so can you do it faster and not get hit? Yes, I'm sure that that's possible. And so is the magic number, 6 days or 7 days, and I'm being, stupid by waiting 3 or 4 weeks? I don't know. All I can tell you is that my 2.0s hardly ever get killed. And when I finally comes to the point where I'm going to link out to the site that I want to, I know that there's some juice behind it. So there's a tiny bit of the newness is worn off. There's a little bit of juice. So that would be my answer. Again, Derek does a lot more with Web 2.0s in general than I do, though. So I don't know, Derek. How do you do things?
Yeah, like some of it I do wait, but that's because I have quite a lot of experience with which Web 2.0s kind of have those spam filter triggers and stuff. And like Tumblr, usually I never have an issue with them, but I'm usually running some kind of like auto poster or something there anyways. So, but like sites like webs.com and all those guys, if you put one page on there and put a link on there, they're banned within like minutes, right? So those are the ones you definitely want to at least beef up content. But usually I'm posting 3 to 5 pages anyways, and I'm gonna usually prime those up by using internal links to the page that it's linking out the most, right? And I do hit the inner pages with a lot of link juice, whatever, first, and then I'll put a piece of content on the homepage, and I also like doing it that way sometimes, but not all the times, but just because I can see the difference that link makes a lot better because it's already pre-juiced. It's kind of like putting a link on a PBN because the juice is already there now, right? And so you're going to get a lot more predictable result off of that link versus building up the link juice after, right? And then so you have a lot more gradual gain when you're building the link juice that way. So it's sometimes nice to do that way, but you should, after doing a lot of different links and different properties and getting a hang of it, you'll kind of build a list of which ones you kind of have to do one way or the other way. And there's no right or wrong way you have to do it. It's just how much time you want to waste on something or how much time you want to put into it. Some sites, like second tier stuff like that, I'm just gonna throw up and leave it, right? If it gets taken down, it gets taken down, whatever. But tier 1, I do spend a lot more time on it, especially if it's really really branded site, and I'm gonna wait for that one. And sometimes in the contact page, whatever, you're gonna put like a naked link in there, anyways. But I usually don't put any contextual links in there, but I usually wait a little bit. But there's no right or wrong answer, so.
Great. Okay, that was very thorough, guys. Thank you. And we'll go on to the next question. YouTube question. I recently created an explainer video for a client, which was taken down 5 minutes after it was posted for inappropriate content. The video script was custom written by myself. All the images were from the company or purchased, but there was no music on it, and the narration was professionally done. I submitted an appeal request 5 days ago. Any ideas on what I can do to get the video up and live? Yes, use Vimeo. I don't ever do client proposal explainers or just video analysis or anything like that on YouTube. I use everything on Vimeo. I just get a $9 professional, like the Vimeo Pro. I password protect it, which is more professional, because the last thing that you want is to be talking about their personal business out in the open space. I just think it adds a little element of class to it and professionalism. So if you want to know how to get your video up very quickly, upload it to Vimeo. And I don't know anything about YouTube besides the fact that every time I use it, I just don't. I don't do YouTube videos. I don't build properties that can get taken down by 4 people clicking on something.
Oh yeah.
So that's just me. So if you guys have any other suggestion for me, he's wanting to get the video to the client, I just say upload it to Vimeo, problem solved, or Wistia. Vimeo, Wistia, their Daily Motion, anything like that. Vimeo to me seems the cleanest, most professional interface that's out there.
Yeah, Vimeo looks so much nicer than YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that for all my stuff. I use Vimeo Pro. I have a Vimeo Pro, for my member site also on my videos. I have never seen Chris, what you're describing here. I've never seen before. So I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but this exact situation, I don't claim to be the god of YouTube or anything, but I'm pretty good with it. I've never seen that happen before, so something's going on, but here's the short version. Whenever YouTube doesn't like a video, you move on to another video. you that one's dead to you, and you just move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no formal process. I mean, there is, but it's ridiculous. Even having trying, if you're the guy that put it up, if enough people click on that button, and so, but I don't know how anyone would have even known to do that for this. So I would do what Cotton said, and just move forward with those. And I think it'll actually make you even look more professional.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that. So I agree with what Derek said too. I think the way that it's presented, everything is much better.
Sure.
So unfortunately, we can't answer your question how to get it back, but I hope we answered your question on next step. Next step is just move over to Vimeo.
Yeah. You know what's funny is for the first time ever, I tried to upload a video to YouTube because I just hate YouTube, and it was for the assimilation tour video that we did, and it got clipped in about 8 minutes. They rejected it for like copyright stuff. So I was like, I just go to the old faithful Vimeo. It's still up. It's still up, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't even worry about stuff like that. There's other good stuff.
Exactly.
Next question is potential client wants to know exactly where the backlinks come from and explain exactly how I will be doing backlinking. How do I go about this? Oh my God, this question drives me irate. I'm going to tell you why. Because when business owners ask me that question, what the hell makes them think they're qualified to grade my work? They're not. So I give them a nice little dumbed down version to keep them happy. And I'll say, I have a network that I've went out and spent anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on the website that is trusted and authoritative with Google. Google loves these sites. And I have my network talk about your website that transfers the power and the trust over so you can then have the same power and trust in Google. That's my method. That's all I say.
Can I tell you what my answer is?
Sure.
I have 4 words for you guys. 4 words. And if you've never heard me on a webinar before, get your pen ready and get ready to write them out, because these 4 words will help you with clients. All right, if everybody's ready, my answer to that, Mr. Potential Client, I use, here we go, industry standard best practices. Industry standard best practices is what I do for my clients. And that's across the board. So people who are real business people will understand what that means, and people who aren't, you're probably going to have issues with anyway.
Right, because some might say, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to, here's the thing, I'm not going to pull up my skirt for a potential client, and just like, we're talking about the velvet ropes, again, this is going to be one of those, you're not going to ask the surgeon what type of incision he's going to make or what blade he's going to use, right? Well, when you're doing my surgery, are you going to use a 6 blade or a 7 blade? No one would even think to ask that. They're not going to ask their attorney, what he's going to do on the cross or whatever. So, again, to me, it's a velvet ropes question, and really controlling the client. And, if they're asking about that, early in the game, then it probably means that they've been burned before. That would be my guess. The reason they even know what a backlink is because they got screwed by some unethical SEO, or unskilled SEO. So I would focus more on highlighting the things about you that make you legitimate, and that's why I was saying the industry standard best practices. So that's where I'm pointing them to my LinkedIn. I'm pointing them to all the things that we teach you in OMG, how to make yourself look legitimate and competent and professional.
Cool. Next question is, do you use proxies when putting your PBNs in Webmaster Tools? Derek, Steven.
Derek.
The only time I've ever actually put any of mine into Webmasters is after they've been toasted, so just to see what happened.
Yeah, that's the only time I do.
Yeah, it's like literally. I mean, I have some like completely different like PBNs that are / lead gen and stuff, and I build those completely different. And I'll use like my VPN or something like that, but I don't like using proxy so much unless they're totally anonymous.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah.
I guess we'll move on to the next question. Guys, listen, do me a favor. Whenever you sign on to a simulation where you sign up, give your full name because and it better be the one that you've registered with an OMG because we're just going to skip past your name. Because when we have open webinars like this, sometimes a link gets out. If I don't recognize who you are and if I can't search your name back to the buyers list, if I just skip your question. I mean, it's nothing personal and it's just that, but I want to be fair to everyone that has paid their hard earned money to get the information and give the attention to you versus someone that might be trying to slip
Yeah.
in. It
Wanna do
says,
one more, Cotton?
yeah, we got a lot of questions here and we got light content to go over. We'll go an
Okay.
extra 10 minutes on this and then
Sounds
jump into it with that. So this is going to be a nice, tight, short webinar. So next question is thoughts on sending micro workers traffic to links such as citation PBNs and 2.0s to create referral traffic to your site through tier one backlinks. My answer to you is this. If I was you, I would be at OMG Live. If you're not, we're not going to answer that question. Next question. It says, yeah, I found out about Google shorteners the hard way. I actually had them tanked my Better Business Bureau page by using them.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very natural. I mean, what did you send through the shortener?
wow.
Those are 301s,
A cheeseburger.
Yeah.
To Better Business Bureau page. Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Next question. What software or online service do you recommend to optimize your site and not over optimize or under optimize your money site? Derek, people want to know what software that you're using for this.
I don't.
Steven, what software are you using for this?
Steven, you should know better than to ask this question. This member's in my group as well. We don't use software. We use our brains. We use our experience.
Maybe he hasn't got to that video yet.
Yeah, I mean, I do use the Control F on my keyboard to do keyword counts on the page, but
yeah, I don't use that either, guys. This has got to be done by hand.
Guys, the short answer to that, is that you need to understand that your on-page optimization is going to depend on the competition in the niche, and it's going to depend on the balance between your on-page and off-page. So if there's a plugin or a software that that grades it for you, then unless it can take into factor all those things, then it's not going to be very useful to you. So when you see all these plugins and programs that have all these great graders, understand that they're cookie cuttering you, right? What would be a great on-page optimization in the payday loan niche and in the Dallas roofing niche would be completely different. Absolutely, utterly, completely different. And if you applied the same techniques to both, you would absolutely kill the Dallas roofing site.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't even be able to have resurrected. It'd be dead probably. So avoid tools for that stuff. Just do what Greg teaches. It works.
I avoid tools for everything. Everything. Yeah. I hate
especially
tools.
the Moz one. That Moz one is a horrible on-grade pager.
Oh yeah. Horrible. Yeah. It's horrible.
There's a lot of just poor page graders. It's ridiculous. So we'll skip down to the next question. Hi, guys. As for getting your first client, $500 or $1,000 a month, what are your typical components of a 6-month or year contract, services I'm providing? I don't know if you're asking me what you're going to be doing or if you're asking me what a proposal looks like. That just depends on what you're offering and what you want to do. I mean, if you're going to do more than SEO, I like keeping mine nice and light. And I'm just saying this, and I'm being honest. I'm always honest. I will never, in a million years, ever reveal my proposal. Ever, never. So, guys, I'd like to encourage you. There's proposals that are in OMG. I know that there's one for certain in OMG, and I know that there's some. If you go to the file attachments in the Facebook group, that there's some there as well. So if that's what you're asking, if you're asking what the components are, I would just message me and I can get a clear idea of what you're asking, and then we can just go from there. Next question is, I have an affiliate site that focuses on getting leads from local landing pages. I have over 80 pages on page 2 and 3. I am linking 7 to 10 PBNs a week and not noticing any changes. Should I switch to client consulting or stick with the affiliate site? Well,
It's a personal judgment. Yeah.
yeah. Depends on what you're going for, man. I mean, if you're going for something like e-cigs, that might be as far as you'll ever go unless you really know what you're doing. It's a competitive niche. Depends on what niche you're in. Yeah.
E6, you can send lots of PBNs and still be on page 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, it really depends on what niche you're in. I mean, we don't know. So, if you're selling cupcakes online, and if you're on 2 or 3, there might be a problem. But some of these more competitive niches can be brutal, and these guys know what they're doing. I mean, so that's a judgment call. I mean, if Thomas, if you want to reach out to one of us and tell us what your niche is, or maybe I'll take a look at your site for you. But ultimately, this is my best advice for anyone. Affiliate can be done at night. You can get clients during the day. Businesses are open during the day. Now, I know for a fact, I know Steven he's not punching a clock over there. I know he works at night. Derek is always working at night. I work till 2 in the morning almost every night, and I start working at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So my whole thing of it is I work when clients or businesses are open. I'm concentrating on client R&D, acquiring clients, answering clients, getting referrals, signing deals, all the things that an agency does, because it is an agency and that's normal business hours. After the business closes, that's when I'm free to do whatever I want. I can get my SEO done. I could work on an affiliate site if I wanted to, work on a lead gen site. So, guys, when you first get started, if you think that you're going to make $20,000 a month and work 40 hours a week, good luck. I mean, just good luck. But you can always do the affiliate at night. I mean, you've already got the site built. How long does it take to really send links to it? You need to be focusing on clients during the day to get money. I would just do both. That would be my suggestion. You've already got a lot of stuff up to page 2 or 3. I wouldn't just let all the work fall by the wayside. I'd keep pushing, but at the same time, pushing on the other way. That's my advice. Next question is, okay, trying to find a good one here. Cotton, how would you go about getting your first client if you don't have yet a ranked site to show you're capable? Is this in the training section? Guys, credibility. You know, First of all, if you don't have a site ranked number one somewhere, then the question is, why don't you? And I'm pretty sure that the person that asked this, I'm thinking about it, it's been an OMG a while. Guys, from the moment you get an OMG, do you first start your training, you should be setting up your website. Just watching the video, setting up your website, or getting your website set up, and then trying to rank it. And you know what? I knew that I was going to jack up one, so I set up two and I ranked them both. And you know what? They both ended up ranking. So my whole point of it is set up two, rank them. If you mess up one, you've got another one. So my whole point of it is get ranking somewhere, guys. There's, penalty recovery. There's your city penalty recovery. There's your city online reputation management, your city web design, your city SEO. You can break down the state. I mean, I just pulling a state out of my butt here, Indiana. You could use Southern Indiana SEO. Northern Indiana SEO, Midwest Indiana SEO, something that gives you a number one that no one's trying to rank for. You might rank number one in one day because there's no one trying to rank for it. At least you got something to show. They don't know that it doesn't mean anything. You've just claimed half a state. So the problem is a lot of times you guys get too close to the fire because we know what you're doing. That doesn't mean that the client knows what you're doing. Second of all, there's LinkedIn recommendations. We've pushed this tremendously. There's referrals. What I would be doing is getting credibility somehow, some way. And, if you're doing your first client, it might be that you've got to just say, hey, let me do your company and you give me a testimonial. or you give me a referral. Whatever you can. I mean, you got to get out and shake the trees, but there's number one thing that I always think you do: rank for something. And each and every one of you can if you think about it. So, I mean, Stephen, while I'm like talking right now, can you look to see if there's anything Southwest Indiana SEO, if there's even anything there?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to
I mean,
say, guys, this would be a good time for a hashtag Thanks Cotton, because how many people, give me a one if you've been breaking your brain trying to rank my city SEO and hadn't even thought about the other 8,000 versions that you could rank probably in a few days. So, Thanks Cotton, I think hashtag Thanks Cotton is in order. Let me look that up real quick.
yeah. I mean, we could go to here. Let me just see.
Oh man, looking pretty good, man.
Southwest Florida SEO. Let me look. I don't even know what that is.
I love best
Yeah, look.
best consultant in, right?
Yeah, look. We got so look at this. It's wide open here for Southwest
Yeah.
Florida SEO. Let me get the keyword. It's probably like in the 20s. It might not even register. I like honestly think with great optimization and 2 or 3 PBN links, you can be Southwest Florida SEO champion. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean it's
Number
I mean,
one, Southwest Florida SEO.
yeah. I mean, it
Exactly.
sounds great. I mean, when you're going up to it, well, what do you do? Well, I'm number one in Southwest Florida. Here, let me show you. You're like,
Google.
wow, you've just claimed a quarter of the state. Yeah, I just put my flag up because I'm that good. So, guys, think outside the box with all this sort of stuff is what I'm trying to say. So, if that makes sense, guys, just give me a 5. I mean, for like those of you out there that need to rank something that makes sense, give me a 5. And guys, I should be getting hundreds of 5s here. There's like 500 people on.
Yeah, and guys, if you can't rank one of those that we just mentioned on there, then you need to go watch the videos again.
Guys,
Because you could rank one of those like tomorrow probably.
yeah, guys, I'm not being funny either. People think
Yeah.
I'm being funny. I'm not being funny. Guys, let me like show you something what I first started out on. Midwest SEO. This is what I started out with. Look.
Good.
I mean, that is the very first thing that I tried to rank for because I was a scared little girl with her little pigtails all tied up in bows, and I didn't want to go for St. Louis. I go, oh, I can't take a whole city, so I'm just going to say that I'm the best in the Midwest, which is bigger. And I'm like claiming a quarter of the United States. Is there any traffic there? No, but it's credibility. And you know what? This
Absolutely.
ranking right here is how I got my first couple deals. And I think I did it with about 3 PBN links. That's it. And I mean it's just that simple. But guys, you got to do anything to create credibility. I mean, even if I'm in Orlando, I could put Southwest Orlando SEO and just rank it, man. Even your city like South Chicago SEO, something. I mean, think of
Even your
something.
state,
Yeah.
the state, like most people don't even SEO for that at all. They always go for city level, right? And then the state is in most people's mindset to be like, well, that's a lot bigger than the city, you know?
Right. Exactly. So either way, but we will go on to the next question. It says, hold on here. How do you feel about specializing in a niche versus doing client SEO for various niches for client SEO? Uh, you know, I don't know. I'm open for business for everyone. To me, I've never understood why I wanted to cut my money 85% and just focus on one niche. I mean, I might focus on one niche for a month, to like go after certain things, but overall, I'll take anyone that wants to give me money or anyone that wants to do SEO. I really don't care. So that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that are successful just like doing just like dentist SEO or whatever, and they convert a lot better because they usually have like pre-built themes and everything like that, and you're just like, I only work with dentists, I know your market better, so it can work. And I think
Mhm.
there's what's that local SEO forum one there? She branded herself as Dennis SEO, and she was making 20 grand in like 20 grand a month in 3 months or something like that. So it
Yeah,
works.
yeah, I mean, if you're talking about an entry-level strategy, you're going to get a lot of benefits by choosing to specialize in a niche. But what you need to understand is, when it comes to scalability, though, that's where you're going to run into a problem, and like what Cotton is talking about. So if you're looking at doing 10K, 20K, maybe 25K a month, and that's your ceiling, and you're happy, and you want to stay there, then yeah, specializing can be great for all the things that he mentioned. If you brand yourself as I'm the, let's say, dentist SEO, right? It is easier to close deals. Plus, all your content you can make once. All your PBNs you can use over and over and over again. There's a lot of advantages. The problem comes in to scaling. So,
Mhm.
you're not going to get cotton. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get cotton money by choosing a niche. I don't care what the niche is. The niche could be freaking mesothelioma, and you're still not going to make cotton money. So if you if you know a niche really, really well, if you used to work in an industry or you're licensed in an industry or something like that, and you feel like working in that one thing would be an advantage for you, then it may be a good thing to choose. But if you don't, and you're just gonna say, well, I'm gonna randomly pick one because I know it's lucrative, I would caution against that. I would do what Cotton's saying. I would open my doors to anyone that's willing to pay me, and then down the road, if you feel like you want to specialize or something, then go ahead. But you could potentially really stunt your initial growth if you try to do this. So
Mhm.
again, unless you have some kind of special into a specific industry, like one of our members here, Angela, as an example, Angela Langlots is an attorney. So her specializing in attorneys makes sense because she's a licensed attorney. So for her to specialize in that niche would be smart.
And
Or
she's
it
already
could be.
developed that network too.
Right, exactly. So I mean, but if you don't have that, then don't do that first. If you want to do it down the road, do it. But listen to Cotton. Open your door. Take everybody that you can get at first. Then when you get to a certain amount of income, then you can look at specializing. But
Sure.
definitely do what Cotton said.
Great. Next question is a very interesting one. I don't think we've ever had this question asked before. How many clients can you guys juggle at the same time each month?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. I have 104, so I haven't hit my max yet, but I'll let you know when I do. So, so different people have different answers with how they do stuff. So, if those
Yeah,
guys
it
want
also
to
comes down
answer.
to the clients. Yeah, it comes down
Yeah.
to the client too. It's like if you're dealing with like some of my clients have like millions of pages, and it's just
Hmm.
they take up a lot of time, and I just can't juggle more than 5 of those because it's just constant crawling and fixing stuff, and they're trying to rank for 18 million products, but they're those guys are paying a buttload of money every month, right? So um, versus having 20 different local guys paying 1,000, right? So I mean, it's up to you. It's like how I can handle. I'd rather handle one ginormous client than 20 little clients. But
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, it really depends on, like they said, it depends on, the number is going to be, dependent on who. Like, I have a lot of clients, unlike Cotton, who brings his people in and, has them for a set amount of time and then turns them into salespeople. I haven't evolved to that yet, although I'm working on it. I still keep my clients. So I have a lot of clients that I've had, 5+ years now. I think my oldest one is 8.5 years. But those clients are basically on autopilot, okay? So honestly, and if you don't believe me, then don't believe me. I have a bunch of clients that the only interaction I have with them each month is my invoice. I don't build a single link. I don't do a social signal. I don't do anything at all except FreshBooks sends an invoice to them and they pay it. That's the only interaction that we have. So those types of clients, theoretically, I could have millions and it wouldn't make a difference to me. I would just have to buy a bigger account on FreshBooks. So, you really, how many really depends on the type of client and how much work it's going to take to manage them and how efficient you are with your processes. Cotton can manage that many clients because he's extremely efficient. Most of us couldn't do that. I would be shocked if I could manage half of the clients that Cotton does of his clients. I don't think I can. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I'm able to have a large number of clients because of their very little work. So, get a bunch of clients, and then when you start having trouble juggling them, then reach out to the group, and people can help you, get your processes in place. So the answer is, how many can you juggle? As many as we choose to.
Great. We will do one last question. We'll move on. It says, I'm in OMG for less than 2 months. I've been approached by a business owner last 3 weeks. It's very close to get them. It says they have their website live less than a few months ago. In your opinion, how long is it going to take the site to rank? I gave them 3 to 6 months. Still, they start to rank. Is this achievable? I don't ever say three, ever. I mean, I don't know exactly the level of difficulty that you're going after, your city or your area. I have no idea, but the minimum that I tell anybody is 6 months that they start to see anything of any fruitfulness. If it happens before that, then what happens is you've over delivered. So what I don't do is I don't say things to get them to sign on. Then the deadline flows past it. Now I'm the villain. Now I'm on their clock. Now I've got to be answered. Well, you told me 3 months. And now I'm telling, well, no, I told you 6 to 8 months. Remember? So I'd be very careful about saying three. Just always say six at a minimum. And if you get done in three, more power to you. You're the hero. You can ask for referrals or whatever. But that's just me. So dependent on the niche. You guys want to add anything more to that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I always do, like you said, I always do the Scotty method from Star Trek. If I think it's going to take me 3 months to rank them, I tell the client 6.
Yeah.
That way, no matter what happens, I look like a hero.
Yep. In case I forget to rank for a couple weeks.
Exactly.
That's never happened, has it, to any of you guys ever?
Well, I forget to. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So yeah, no, never been guilty of that ever. One last one. Someone wants to know: is this replay going to be available to OMG members? I doubt it. It'll probably just be available to breakthrough members and directors cut members only. And if you happen to catch it free and you're in J or X or an HB, then fantastic. We're glad that you're here. So with that, guys, before we jump into, I want to see how many of you guys are actually excited that we're going to reveal a lot of Fiverr gigs and a lot of gigs that you can use. I want you to give me hashtag hell yeah. And guys, before we even start talking about this list and releasing it, I promise you, I can give you a link to the website to have all of these, or you can try to decipher these from the links and write them down as we go. So if we don't get a minimum of 300 hashtag hell yes, I'm not going to release the website. You're going to have to decipher it when we keep going through them of like what we're talking about to search for them. You're not going to have the exact one. So I want to see this loading up, just getting crazy here. We will go back to the OMG. And while we're doing this, while I'm waiting for all of these to come in, we got 297 right here, as you can see on my screen. I'm going to, and we can see it keeps moving up. Till I see 600, we're not going to get going. But I'm going to give another announcement, guys, for those of you that are in or around the New York surrounding area. Simulation New York City will be this Saturday in Manhattan at the Yotel. I know it's a funny name for where we're doing it at. It's actually called the Yotel. More information is in your OMG group over to the right under events. It will be all of the coaches will be in attendance. Greg Morrison, Fletch, Joe Marfolio, myself, Gregory Ortiz, and many, many others. We think this is going to be a massive, massive event. This will be the first assimilation tour that will be without Mike and Liz. They've normally always joined me on all these, but we're going to have a crazy, crazy good time. So, guys, if those of you, the event will get started probably about 7:30, and we'll keep it up till about 10:30, 11. And because I'd like to make this a special one, and I think there's going to be a lot of people there, it might take some time to give you some previews of what's going to be going on at OMG Live. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well before we give the Fiverr gigs out to you that you can use to really blow your stuff up. It's guys, if you're not going to make it to OMG Live, I encourage you to find a way to. Now, we sold out very, very fast. And guys, what I'm doing is I'm not telling you how many we've sold. What's going to happen is I'm just going to put sold out on it, and that's going to be it. There was 74 people on our waiting list to get on to OMG Live. So we have added 2 extra days that I think are going to be mind bending for you. And I will be opening up those second 2 days. Then we are going to hand it over to Derek and Mike Pierce. And trust me when I say that if you think that you've got everything that Derek knows, you're wrong. Have they, Derek? Have they got everything you know? Derek must be muted.
Am I muted? I double mute myself
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, exactly.
I mute on the panel and my headphones and I walk away. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are not even scratching the surface of the stuff we're putting out at the live event. So um, it's going to be fun. It's going to be you're going to have so many questions too. And after that, I think we're going to leave some Advil at the front just because your heads are going to be spinning.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm looking forward to it, guys. This is going to be, and guys, for those of you that don't know Mike Pierce, he's one dangerous SEO. Wouldn't you say so, Derek?
Oh yeah, he's my partner in crime for a lot of things. So.
He's very, very, very dangerous. And just spending a couple moments with him, I was blown away by some of the stuff that he was talking about. I was equally impressed with him as he was with me. Amazing guy. I think you guys are going to learn to love him. You guys are we're going to have him on Assimilation here again in the next couple of weeks leading up to the March to OMG Live. But guys, I'm just telling you, what I wouldn't want to do is get behind the 8 ball if you really want advanced information that's going to carry you through 2016. This is it. Now, if you've known, I've never recommended anything. I've never given you advice that has harmed you with anything. I can tell you this. This will be the greatest SEO event as far as information goes ever held on earth. Ever. I guarantee you. Guys, we're going to go over things that literally that we're not going to be able to talk about on Assimilation. We're not going to be able to talk about anywhere. The reason is that we're worried about this information getting leaked out to the public through websites or through piracy or through other stuff where other people will exploit it and take advantage of it. These are our personal kind of strategies that we use and strategies that I'm going to be talking about that the first OMG that I've been able to make close to $5 million this year. So what I'm saying is, guys, I would definitely find a way. If you were unable to make it to the first one, you need to go to the second one. As I said, it is definitely something that you will regret. You'll hear people talking about it for the next year until the next OMG Live happens. And I've personally seen David and I have put together what we feel is going to be the greatest OMG Live ever. Now, you can do a search for it in the OMG group. Steven, if you could do me a favor, can you hunt that link down and kind of throw it out there to everybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah, while I'm talking, but guys, I'm serious when I say that we're about 80% sold out right now. We have
want the live 2 link, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll drop it in. Just one second.
Drop it in the link. And we had that pinned up there. Guys, if you're going to the first OMG Live, you won't have access to the second one unless you get the second leg. I'm telling you, I'm going to feel heartfelt when we fire it up Monday night and when you're standing on the outside of the doors trying to listen in on what's going on. So, or when you're leaving Tuesday morning from OMG Live and you see hundreds of people barreling in for the second wave of it because, I just don't want to see you left out. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse with that. I've got Steven posting that link in there. Trust me when I say that it'll be the best investment that you've ever spent as far as SEO goes. If you want to find out the secrets of how we're all doing what we're doing, there's things that we're doing here, and assimilation is very, very good. It's very helpful. And actually, I felt like that from the first two OMG lives that we're almost doing an OMG live every week with assimilation. So, every week we come at you with vital information. And we're going to continue to do that all the time. But guys, I wouldn't miss this. And guys, once again, look at the number up here. See that? We're not going to be giving the website link out. We need 600. We've got 500 people on here right now. And we've got about 300 people that think that they're too good to come over here and post a hell yeah. So I was going to be very helpful in, I've got a full web page designed with links. All you got to do is click on it, all broken down by topic. So if you want it, this has to get up to 600. But we will go ahead and we will get started. And let me get a couple of these links, and we're going to talk about a couple of them. And we'll start over here. Guys, the first one is what we're going to talk about is we're going to go over the top Fiverr and outsourcing gigs that you can use to make your SEO or your YouTubing or your Amazoning, whatever you're doing, life a whole lot easier. Now, I know that you've heard us say don't use Fiverr gigs to do this, but we're going to explain to you exactly how to use them, when to use them, but also I will say that myself, I would use everything with caution coming directly to your money site. So that's just what I'm going to say before we do any of these. Some of these some of these I wouldn't. And we're going to go through these, and we're probably going to spend about a half an hour going through these. I think we've got over maybe 50 of these, and just a couple of the more really cool ones that you guys can use. Obviously, we need 3 more, and we probably got people doing multiple times, and you guys will get that web page as soon as we're done to be able to access all of these. But one of the ones, and we'll go over one that I have used myself that I think is absolutely amazing. And guys, I have put this towards my social profiles, my Facebook, my Pinterest, my Twitter, whatever else. And if I want to get aggressive doing testing, I've used this strictly to the money side as well. They create a lot of great links coming back from Microsoft, Apple, IBM, even Amazon, and a lot of mixture of follow, no do follow. And you get a wonderful report with it. The greatest part about it is you have to submit an article in as well. So I always have an article done up with this, and it's full contextual, everything he does. So this is one of them that I feel that is safe enough that it could probably go to your money site with sites like Adobe, IBM, Apple, and Microsoft, just to kind of create a little link cloud diversity with that going on. Any questions on that, or Derek, anything you want to add, or things that they should watch, be cautious of, how a gig like this can help them?
Yeah, this one's yours, right? Like you
Yeah.
said, these are all no follow. You said.
Yeah, they're like there's a couple. I think there's like 4 or 5 do follows, but they're mainly no
Right.
follow from Microsoft, Apple, IBM, things like that.
Yeah, and they probably give you logins and information too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get email and a login with all of it, all of them.
Yeah. Like I have no problem sending those to a money site as long as I have a login where I can come back and modify content to make it quality or whatever you want
Sure.
to do. But
Absolutely. And let me pull up this one here. We're just going to continue just to load these up and just kind of go over them. And I believe this one is yours, Derek. Is it?
nope. Well, is it? I don't think so.
Maybe it's not. This is, yeah, I like have them all mixed up. What this are, guys, this is another one also where they're going to manually create 22 safe PR9 backlinks. The same way, if Derek didn't submit this, and I think that Joe did, Joe Marfolio did. So this is one of his also. So these are also safe. Like Joe has tested all this also, but this would also be safe to do something directly to the money site as well. Next one on the list, I know for a fact that this is Derek. I'll let you talk about this one for a little bit and why you chose this one.
Oh, sure. Yeah, this is one I used to use a lot, and I still use it. But whenever I'm doing like Web 2.0s, I'll usually send this to there to jack up the trust flow. And with just this alone, you can get it up to a trust flow of 20 usually. Sometimes I buy the extra gigs on there, but it's a really good quality. I mean, they're spam, but at least you're going to get good metrics on it. Like, so whenever you're dealing with like Fiverr, quantity is not the thing you're looking for. It's going to be the quality of the stuff, right? So the trustful and these are really good. The outbound links are very low, and so this is really good to send to your tier ones. Even your your tier two or for inner pages of like a Weebly or whatever, something like that. So I've had really good response from it. I usually do send like the first kind of market level keywords with it, and or a mix of generic along with those. So it goes down to like what kind of experience you have in link building, but usually you can get away with using market level type keywords, and it's only 9 links, so you're not going to be getting penalized for influx of too many links coming in too fast. But this is one of those gigs I can rank a lot of lower competition sites using this on my DAS, and gets results like really well. Like most of the DAS won't even show up in a link profile just because there's not enough links going through everything. So it works.
Great. Yeah, this is something to be fantastic through Facebook or something else also.
Hey, can I jump in here, Cotton?
Yeah.
Hey guys, just real quick, I just want to make sure, because we've just done 2. I just want to make sure everybody understands what you're looking at right now. Generally you can't use links like this. We teach against it, right? But what we're doing here is we're showing you specific gigs that I've probably spent thousands, no lie, on testing a bunch of these different gigs, and you're getting that right now. So I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you get. I'm not particularly thrilled about sharing these, to be honest with you. I like to share. I love to help you guys out. But if you look through the number of gigs and tests that each of us has done in Joe, the ones we're showing you now are ones we've tested and that we use. We're saving you, I don't know how much money and how much time. So I hope that if you're watching this webinar that you understand the value that you're getting here, because this is incredible. Like Derek just said, this is one of those kind of packages he's showing you here that you can literally rank stuff with this. I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, in case you're just like, well,
you go up from 8.
Yeah.
That's another reason I don't like sharing.
Brian Jones, to answer your question, a market level word is like if I'm doing Orlando SEO, it would be SEO or SEO expert.
Search engine marketing.
Right. That's that. Whatever has the highest amount. So you want to go to the root of the word. So if it's blue bears, then obviously bear would be the market level on that. So just whatever the highest keyword is that has the most searches in it. That's what the market level is. So on to the next one. We're going to move away from SEO a little bit, and we're going to talk about this one. And this was from Stephen Floyd, and I think I have to be logged in.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let me copy this. Let me just do the other one. And I'll try to get logged on the other one and bring it over. We'll just do this one.
I think you pasted both URLs in there. That's what happens.
Yeah. Hold on.
Because you got Fiverr and Market Source in there.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, I guess it picked them both up. Like I said, I knew this webinar would be a little choppy with that. We'll just copy another one, come up here, because we're just going over gigs. It's not a lot of context behind it. Steven.
Yeah.
What's up with this one?
All right. So Guys, that we talked about Mobilegeddon, a number of months ago, and I showed you guys some solutions for that that had some recurring fees and some entry-level stuff. So let me show you this guy. Now, if you see here, he has a little over 800 reviews on here with a 5.0. What this guy will do for you, and again, this is one of those things, I'm on the borderline of even wanting to share this, so I hope you guys appreciate this. So this guy will literally build you a mobile website and upload it to your client site for you for $5. I mean, so there's more to it than that. He's going to send you. You tell him you send him the URL of the client site. He sends you back a mock-up with a standard kind of a look. And then if you like it, then you buy it, and he will actually even upload it for you. So this is an actual mobile site. So this is not a third-party site like we've talked about before. So he's actually going to upload this to your client's website. So there's advantages and disadvantages, obviously, to hosting it elsewhere, other places, and hosting it on your website. But if you have, especially for a one-off, okay, if you just have existing clients and you want to sell them, for about $10, maybe $15 on the high end. So think 3 gigs maybe, okay, you can get a very nicely designed mobile website upload. And the reason why I said 2 or 3 gigs instead of 1 is because the 1, and it may be fine for a lot of your clients, but on average, when I buy these from him, I normally spend 3 gigs, and he will revise it until you like it. So literally all you're going to do is send him the URL and say, I want this to be mobile. He sends you back the mock-up. You say, well, I'd like this to go there, this to go there. I want this color changed. He does it. When you're done, he uploads it to your client. Bam, you can charge $500 for this all day long. I mean, just all day long. And of course, if you remember the Mobilegeddon training, you've got to have this. You have to have this. So this gig is awesome. It's fantastic. Again, we talked about the other solutions, and those have a little bit higher barriers to entry, right? Some of those, the cheapest ones you could get that we talked about before, that were decent. You had to join a service and pay a couple $100 in fees and blah 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 blah, right? And that's still a good solution, but I'm saying for a one-off, you can go and sell these things like hotcakes. And I've used this guy probably 30 or 40 times. Well, yeah, at least 30, yeah, somewhere closer to 40 probably. Easy to work with, communicative, stays in communication with you, all that stuff.
Great.
So enjoy.
Good. We'll move to the next one, and I believe this is from Derek as well. Is this yours, Derek?
Yeah, I can't believe I shared that one. Yeah, this is like, if you've watched any of the Tumblr methods, this is the gig I use every single time, and I get 100 to 200. I've had up to 2,000 reblogs just using this one. So I mean, if you want to get 2,000 links to your website really fast, this is one way to do it. But a lot of times I'll do like the if I know it's going to get a lot of viral links to it, I usually I'll put a buffer link in between something, right? So, or use it for YouTube videos too, because YouTube embed videos will rank like crazy with embeds off of this. So it's really fast, really good. I've been supplying him with orders more than anyone, I think. So.
Yeah, you guys, you didn't know this, but what Cotton did was he sent an email to all the coaches and said, "Hey, I need your best gigs." He didn't tell us he's going to share them with you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cotton.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Guys, if you're happy that I've done this, give me a 7. Give me a 7. I want to see. So, see there, everyone's already happy. These are true and tested.
Yeah. I mean, this one's so good. You don't even, like, a lot of people, I can do reblogs with fake accounts, but I'm like, I do this with a one real account, and I get real traffic. I did this once, and I got 800 visitors in one day to one of my websites.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And guys, listen, don't stress out. I have a website link that I'm going to give you with all of these on here, broken down by category at the end of the webinar. I encourage you this. Do not share this. If you weren't live on this webinar, and if you're listening to this, I deeply apologize, but chances are you're not going to get the link. So we're going to give it to all those people live on here. If not, you're going to have to write all these URLs down from the webinar. Hopefully it comes out clear. So
And look at that URL.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Guys, how many of you have? We're going to move on outside of fiber. How many of you have heard of people by the hour? Give me a 4. Give me a 4. If you've never heard of them, give me a 5.
Yep, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah. Well, good news. We're gonna get our first. We're gonna get our first one from here.
It's good stuff.
This one here. And I have used this one, and it's actually pretty freaking sweet. When I start out, with all of my social profiles, if I've got a brand new client, and I've like got their Facebook, their Twitter, and their Pinterest, man, I just order these gigs up. Get them all. This is how you get them jump started right here. This guy's got great reviews. I've used them a lot. And this is another website, guys, that you control. If you have never been to People by the Hour, it is a lot like Fiverr, a little more expensive. There's not $5 gigs. As you can see, they can charge anything they want here. So this is one that I've had a tremendous amount of success with, and I did some testing on it, threw some of these things right back at the money site. Nothing happened to it. It just went up. I'm not going to tell you to do that. Take everything with your own little bit of caution, but this is great tier 2 stuff. You could throw this at YouTube videos, do whatever, but it's a fantastic little gig for you. So
yeah, and guys, also one thing about people per hour that it kind of separates it a little bit is it's really a good place to interact directly with the sellers and get other stuff. There was a post, there was a thread earlier today in the main group asking about like how to get a VA or like how to build links or something. A great place to start, guys, is, and of course you can use outsourcers. You can go to all those sites. We have training in that in the members area. But a great way to start too is, you come here, you see this guy here, ABT, right? Well, ABT does, a good job at this. This is a great site to directly send a message and say, hey, what about this or what about that, right? And get this guy, get this guy on your payroll, right? Get him, doing some other stuff for you. When you find someone that's good, don't think of it as, this guy just exists on people per hour. And my experience has been that the people on this site, more so than all the other ones we're going to show tonight, is that you can find some real gems here. But don't discount the Fiverr people. But I have several contractors that I've found through people per hour that I use now outside of people per hour. A lot. So don't make sure that you're thinking that way when you're looking at these deals. If this guy can build these kind of links for you, for $10, if he has that skill set, think what else can he do? Do I need to get this guy, and pay him for 5 hours a week to do this or that, right? So anyway, just don't forget about that. Don't think about just the individual gigs, but look at the gig sellers. These people have proven that they can do a good job, or we wouldn't be sharing them. So if they can do a good job on a single gig, no reason why they can't do a good job for you and doing other stuff on a more steady basis.
Right.
So just want to throw that out there.
Guys are getting some pretty weird questions, but .edu and government links are pretty solid. I mean, they're from educational institutions from the government, so they're going to help you. I mean, it's going to be a nice little diversity to your link profile to get some diversity in what's coming into your website. So I always like to have a little of these coming in here. So next up is we're going to stay on the same theme, and this one right here. This is another one. I started using these guys as well. Totally different EDU backlinks, and had a tremendous amount of success. If you can see, this guy's got 119 orders in the queue. Got a 4.9 rating. So these are super solid. I've been able to get some nice movement with some videos and other stuff from clients that I already had up there. So this is another great one right here to get some EDU backlinks coming into you. That's pretty powerful. And he even throws in one .gov link as an extra on like all of them. And guys, you can get an additional 5 .gov links for $10. So for a whole $20, or I mean, I'm sorry, a whole $10. What's that? 15. You can actually get about 20 edu and was that 15 edu and 5 .gov links coming in. So these are pretty sweet. So we're going to continue to move along because some of these are really just self-explanatory. Let me find another one. Another one that I've tested that over the last few weeks that I've got some good success with is this one as well. You guys ever heard of gig bucks? Give me an 8 if you've never heard of gig bucks ever. I didn't think anyone had ever heard of gig bucks. Well, guys, now you have. Now you have. So here's another site to play on right here. I've found a lot of nice little gigs on here that are pretty sweet. Once again, I like having some diversity in the edu links. They're not the same, so these things work out really well. I've never sent this directly to the money. I've always sent this to tier 2 or tier 3 or to PBNs, to just kind of spice them up a little bit so they don't stay stale, especially PBNs that I've owned for, let's say, for a year or longer that I haven't done anything with. Spending $5 and throwing these back there is, kept them fresh. So this is an idea that like you guys can use for that. So if you've never been to Gig Bucks, welcome to Gig Bucks. I'm sure you guys will have fun playing around with that as well. Here's another one that I've tested out and used. And guys, give me a 6 if you've ever heard of SEO clerks, or give me a 1 if you've never heard of them. Guys have never heard of them. Well, we're just educating you guys like crazy. I have used this one. And guys, this guy literally goes out and for $12, he does 100 citations. Now, I don't use this to my money site. I've used these on, as I said, to keep PBNs fresh. He also sends you logins, and he sends you emails, logins, a whole spreadsheet with all these of 100 of these, and it's pretty good. I mean, he's doing Yelp, he's doing Mercantile, Foursquare, all of these right here, pretty much just as good as you can get from Yext for $12 that you're able to log in and edit. So guys, if that's not some good stuff for you, guys, at least let me see a number 2 if this webinar is getting you excited, that you feel like going out spending $5 more than you've ever felt before. Right. So what I'm like saying is, guys, is all these gigs are going to be included in the link that I'm going to send over to you. But I have used them before. Very, very good with doing that. I don't know who did this one, but I'm pretty sure this might be from, I don't know who it is.
That's Ortiz.
Yeah.
That's Gregory's.
I'll let you go over this, Stephen, because I don't know anything about SendWire. I've never used it.
Yeah. So guys, SendWire is a piece of it's a software as a service that you can purchase, and what it does is you will load up this software as a service with social accounts, and then you can mass post to those social accounts from within the software. Okay. So, let's say that you go and you load up 30 different Web 2.0. Let's say you put in a Tumblr and you put in a Twitter and you put in all these different ones, okay? Then what this software allows you to do is to go in and make a single post, and then it will syndicate it out to those different sites, okay? And there's obviously lots of other software that does this as well. Well, the problem with this software and what makes it a pain in the ass is that you have to manually add each of these damn accounts, okay? So what this gig is for, and why Gregory shared it, is because this guy for $5, and this is a Source University deal that we do a lot of, and me and Gregory are the coaches there. But what this guy will do is go in and do all that grunt work for you. So you buy the software, You get the accounts, and then this guy will go. I'm sorry, this guy will go set up all the accounts for you and set them up in SendWire. So and this is a basically again, it's a content syndication tool for your Web 2.0s. So if you're going to use SendWire, definitely do not do those accounts yourself. Oh my God, I'd want to shoot myself if I thought about doing that. It's a nightmare. It's a pain in the butt to go through the way that they have it set up. So this gig is awesome for that.
Great. And we will move on to the next one. And this is one that I have done. I've used this because with my social signals, I've never really got any LinkedIn, and I just like it. So just to diversify some of my social signals, I have ordered this one that is just LinkedIn shares. They're all unique IPs, all separate accounts, and it sends a report with it. So this is just something where you can order 350 LinkedIn social signals to your site to give it some diversity. We're asking some questions here. You're not going to get a list on what they are. You're getting a list by breaking it down with the URL. We're not saying all of these are safe to use, guys. All of them. All of them. I've used these myself, or one of the coaches has. They're all good to use. Now we're going to go into something right here to where this is going to be. Let me come down here. Here we go. Copy link address. Here we go. Steven, there's one of yours. Why does it keep giving me that? Hold on.
It's probably because the site was not cached. Remember, it was offline.
No. I'm like actually copying. Hold on. I'm gonna try something different here.
Yeah, you have to be logged in first.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Perfect.
go. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
This one.
Okay. So Cotton, will you do me a favor?
Sure.
All right. So this is one that I'm going to ask you to drive for just a second.
Sure.
So guys, this is one of my favorite gigs in the history of gigs, and it's not just this gig. It's this specific person too. So here's the gig. Cotton, please go to YouTube and type in Frisco movers.
Okay.
In YouTube. And it'll be, and guys, if you're following along, if you want to do it, just go to YouTube and type in Frisco movers. Okay, so that's what you'll get. So click on that top video. Yeah. So click on the top video, and guys, and Cotton, if you'll let it play for just like 10 seconds. And there's audio also, by the way. But so this is a $5 gig. Okay, and what listen, let me tell you what this outsourcer did. I sent him the URL of the website. That's all I did. I didn't do anything. And listen, this guy will go to your website. He will pull images, and he will throw them into this thing. And of course, there's varying qualities, right? Some of them look a lot better. But I'm telling you, when the clients see these freaking things that I paid $5 for, and trust me. And I rank it, of course, number one on YouTube because it's easy, right? I'm not bragging about that. When they see this, they think that you spent $1,000 on it, and they absolutely love you. They are like blown away that you did this for them. It's unbelievable, and again, seriously, look at that, $5. $5.
Guys, I'm just gonna tell you right now. Now's the time where we go back and we do the hashtag mind blown. Guys, we're at 644. But for us to continue, we need 800. That's 150 hashtag mind blowns. Otherwise, we can stop talking about what we're doing. Guys, just that gig alone, you're like, mind ought to be blown. It just ought to be blown. So thank you, Stephen. It's just, guys,
absolutely.
It's amazing what you can do when you've got the right map to get there. So, oh wow, we're almost at 1,000 here. Cool.
I love these. I'm telling you, I do one of these for every single client, and I had a plastic surgeon that's number one, for his stuff. And this guy
Hmm.
walked around. You'd have thought I spent 10 grand on him. He showed it to everyone. He walked around
Wow.
with his laptop and went to like every employee. He was
Hmm.
even like wanting to show some like clients waiting in the waiting room. He
Exactly.
was so impressed,
Right.
with this thing. And all I did was give this guy a URL and $5.
Here's another great suggestion now that we can start tying in these ideas together, which is this, which is remember how we said that you need credibility before? How would you
Mm.
like to do a Southwest Florida SEO video? And all you got to do is give your website URL. The dude goes out and builds the damn video for you and you
Yep.
rank it and you can show people that you've got a number one video in YouTube. If you
Yep.
can't rank number one in YouTube off what we've taught you, chances are I've got a guy that knows a guy that's selling Chevys out at South Orlando. I can have him call his guy wherever you're at and see if I can't get you a job. I mean, guys, that's how easy this is. We've just made your life that easy. It says, who did the Frisco? The gig that we just showed you, the $5 gig.
Yep. And that's
Guys,
it, man.
yeah,
And this guy's awesome. I'm telling you, treat him well. I can get these back in 2 or 3 hours usually. I mean,
right.
seriously. If he likes you and knows you or whatever, and think about all your affiliate stuff too.
Yeah,
I mean, don't forget about just client stuff. What he's using is called Animoto, which is a software as a service for video, and he has a
mhm,
subscription, but he is a advanced power user with it, so he's able to make these things. For him, it probably took him 10 minutes to make that or 15 minutes
sure.
because he's awesome. But then if you combine this with the rank, the YouTube video training that we give you, you can't not rank. I don't know how you couldn't. I don't so you've got really $5, $10, $15 invested and you could just throw out an army of these things if you're doing affiliate or whatever. But I'm telling you guys, this is one of those things, and I want to tie this in too. People ask all the time, what do you do while you're waiting for the rankings to come in? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I've got several things, but this is one of those. I'm telling you, they drop a check to me on Monday, right? I dropped in this video like on Friday, right? I show them. I go, hey, just wanted to check in with you, give you a little status report. By the way, you're number one, on YouTube for, whatever, this term is, right? And here's a link to the video. First of all, it impresses the hell out of them that they're ranked number one. Second of all, they see the video and they're like, wow, holy crap. How much money do you spend on that? And it gives him that feeling, holy shit, I just spent my money and he's doing something.
Hmm.
I actually see that he's actually doing something. And I'm just telling you, the value there is just it's incredible.
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope you guys blow that guy up. I use him all the time. I hope it doesn't become an issue for me getting my gigs done. But I've used him for I don't know how long, years.
Wow.
So
You order the video, then you order Derek's Trust Flow links,
oh yeah.
my edu links,
Oh
my,
yeah.
my like.gov.edu links, and all of a sudden,
Oh yeah.
kabam! Oh,
Boom.
but you know what? Let me go over the one here, the where this is what's going to do it right here.
Oh yeah. I know where you're
Hold
going.
on. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Where was it at? Oh, here it is. Uh, where are you at? Here we go. I got to copy it. So, guys, we've already showed you, Steven showed you how to get the video. Derek and I have already showed you some links that you can throw at it. But we all know, guys, what's the quickest way to get a YouTube video to rank? Tell me.
You want us to say it?
No, I want them to type it.
Okay.
No, guys. No. Yes, we got some people there. Don Franklin and Amy knows where we're
Yeah.
going with this. So here we go, guys.
Yep.
Here we go. Right here. Boom.
Yeah, boom. Yep.
Embed your YouTube video to 100 blogs.
Yep.
How would
Done.
you like your little YouTube video to be embedded in 100 different blogs? You
Yeah.
think that's going to help it rank?
Dude.
Guys, give me a
can't not
hashtag what's up. I mean, come on. We're just giving this to you right now. This is how easy this is to rank YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So there you go. Guys, if you're done and we should end the webinar now and you've got enough, let us know. Or we can just keep it going. Yeah. Look, the hashtag what's ups are keep coming in. Right. Jason just pooped his pants. He said so right here. Look. He said so. Right there. So, guys, what I'm telling you is this is how we get stuff done very quickly and very efficiently. Look, you get a client day one, you order up that little video, you get it back, you throw those links at it, you throw those embeds on it, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it's magic. It's ranking by the powers of Google. So there we go. I finally found that. So guys, as you can see, what we're doing right now is I don't like to steal Jimmy's thunder because he created domain authority stacking, but stacking seems to be kind of like the buzzword going on. So this is what you call gig stacking to get stuff done. So guys, welcome to, you know what? Let's just do it right now. Let's be the first people in Facebook history to do hashtag gig stacking because we know no one's ever hashtagged that before. So that's exactly what we're showing you how to do, how to easily get credibility. So for those of you right now that are crying about you had no credibility, we just showed you how you can spend $30 and pretty much get some credibility. And we haven't even finished all of our stuff yet.
And we haven't even mentioned foot in the door techniques with this either.
Yeah.
So just leave that alone. But
yeah,
lots of ways to use these videos.
Absolutely. Something tells me that people didn't realize just how powerful this webinar was going to be. But
Yep.
Exactly. Well, we are going to even blow the hairs off of your nose even further because this is going to get crazy right now. Steven, I'm going to do this one from Source Market. Are you ready?
Yes.
Guys, you better put your seatbelts on for this one. This is a gig. Yeah, Daniel says his hair is blown. Well, guess what? This is going to part your hair, my friend. I guarantee you when you see this gig. I'm just going to slide it on over. Kaboom. Steven, take it away.
All right, guys. So listen, if you've listened to any of my training at all, I've been talking about reviews. If you happen to be on the last webinar I did with Mike, we talked about the snack pack. Everybody wants to know the snack pack. What's going on with the snack pack? How do I get in the snack pack? Snack pack, snack pack, snack pack. Okay? and part of that equation, guys, is getting real reviews. Okay? Now, there's lots of ways to attempt to get these. There's all kinds of different ways you can try to circumvent the system. There's all kinds of sneaky things you can attempt to do. The reason I gave Cotton this gig is because this one actually works. Okay, this one actually will get you reviews that will actually stick. They're actually, have a system that works. Okay, so, you may have bought them other places and they were there and then they got killed, or, all kinds of other, nonsense. You can try doing it through Social Exchange and Command Center. There's lots of things you can try to do. But, one of the things I want to tell you, when people ask the question, how do you manage so many clients, Cotton? I'm going to give you 1% of that answer because Cotton has been generous enough to share it with me. Because Cotton finds things that work and he just does them. So instead of spending a lot of time and energy trying to do all these fancy things, when he finds a gig like this, guys, if you just joined OMG, if you don't know it, you still need your little 5 reviews to get your little stars. We don't know how long that's gonna be around, right? But I'm telling you guys, reviews are coming up more and more and more. If you're not doing reviews for your clients, you're losing it, man. I'm telling you, it's just getting more and more important. So this gig right here, you can get your stars, fast, and these reviews are gonna stick. Okay, you're not gonna come back in 2 weeks later and they're gone or they've been flagged or any of that crap. They're going to stick. So, I'll tell you this, let me ask you all a question, and I already know the answer, but let me ask anyway. if you pull up a local business on Google, if you type in something like, let's say, Dallas Roofing or something, immediately, if you see a pack result and you see the one with stars and the most, how many of you, give me a 1, if you almost automatically, without even thinking, choose the one with the most reviews that are the best? Give me a 1 if you almost automatically do that without thinking, and I'll tell you, this has been researched absolutely ad nauseum to death. The 90th something percentile of people, they are going to not even look at the others. That one has the most reviews with the best score. Click buy now, click log in. Boom, done. So, again, there's different ways you can go about doing things, but if you're like, you know what, the way that I do this, I just figure out how many I want for my client, and I just budget it in, and I just do it. These are dripped. If you buy more than, a few, these are going to be dripped out for you, so they look natural. And so again, you could spend a lot of time and energy trying to do these yourself and all these exchanges and all this other stuff, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, or you could just, pay, a pittance of money, to be honest with you, and just know that it's done. I love to pay for stuff that I can just check off my list. I love stuff where I just say, you know what, I need to have 5 reviews on my Google My Business. I could try to get, my client to do them and some of his employees, and I could try that, or I could just come here and pay this guy $50. Boom, done. It's done. It's off it's a check mark. As soon as I order this gig, I check that off because it's freaking done. So again, if you look on this is on Source Market, which is Alex Becker's new marketplace. Mm-hmm. Now this is new today on this market, okay, but this person is not new. So don't look at that and be confused. Mm-hmm. This person is someone that I've done business with for a long time, probably close to 2 years, and this exact service. Mm-hmm. So I recommend that you see my name right there on the little thing, and I don't know how many times you've seen my name on a sales page, but it's extremely rare. I don't allow that. You may see it, and I didn't give them permission. For sure, but this is when I gave permission because it works. It's excellent. So, and it's not, it's not one of those things where, it's going to make the difference between ranking or not ranking necessarily. But I'm just telling you, if you have the guy that's number 3 in the pack and you've got these stars, you're going to get that click. Right. I mean, you're just going to have a happy client. So anyway, I highly suggest it, obviously.
I'm going to even drive this point even harder. And I've never seen this gig before until Steven showed it to me. I will order this for every one of my clients. I don't even care that it's $15. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to just nail down the importance of this. I want you to give me a 4 if you know the split, the test, the beta test that Google's rolled out for restaurants.
Oh, that's right.
Give me a 4 if you know about it.
That's right.
Very few 4s, guys. What's happened is, how would it look if everyone could customize their search engines to anyone that doesn't have 4.5 stars just disappear from the search engines for you? Now how huge is that? Because guys, Google's testing that for restaurants. You can go in and you can say, I only want to see 5 stars for the rest of my life. If you're 4.7, if you're 4.3, you're done. You're off this search engine. That person's not going to see you anymore. Tell me that is not crazy that they're putting that filter in.
And listen. Yeah, I mean, what Cotton said is absolutely right. And this is one of those deals, guys, just because they're testing doesn't mean it's going to launch. But I'm telling you, as long as I've been doing this, this is one of those that looks like it's going to take. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you, I'd bet money that this is going to roll, that this is going to roll out.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, and also, too, I don't know if you've noticed it, but, Google's making it harder to give reviews. It's not where it used to be. It's a little bit harder to find. And some of these businesses, like if they don't have a review at all, it's almost hidden how to leave them. So, again, like Cotton said, man, for multiple reasons, you've got to start getting these reviews. You just got to.
Yep.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Cotton. I totally
Yeah,
forgot about it.
yeah. Guys, I want you to give me a 9 if you understand the importance of this. I mean, it is crazy important. Crazy important. The last thing that you want is that they roll this out, and you know, Google, they can surprise us, and
Yep.
all of a sudden, all 3-star below ratings just disappear. And that would include no stars. I
That's
mean,
right.
if you don't have any stars, you're just gone on the filter by
That's
like
right.
each foot. So guys, this is one of these gigs right here that is a must that you need to include in your arsenal. And
Absolutely.
I'm gonna keep this guy in business now that I've told
Me
I'm
too.
a little upset I didn't know about this gig, actually, because
you.
I've tested like 30 other guys and they all suck, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I
this is
vouch for
where
this guy.
yeah, this is
Even with clients that actually get like real reviews and stuff, and it's just that they don't want to ask for reviews and they don't want to put any work into their own business a lot of
No,
times.
you're right, and it is. It's one of those things where there's a fine line where there's certain clients, like you said, I have a strategy for all my clients, but you're right, man. There's certain ones where you just look like you're talking to a wall, and
Mhm.
you just know they're shaking their head saying, "Oh yeah," and you know they're not going to. You just
Oh, yeah.
know they're not.
I even give them like handouts that they can give to people after they're done a job, and just says like
Yeah.
it's a 2-minute process for the person to go do it, and it's like,
Nope.
oh, I forgot to hand it out. I don't
Yeah.
do this.
Right.
Like, well, that's the difference between being number 4 and being in the actual snack pack. A lot of
Yep.
times.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So that's a definitely one right there that I would definitely thank Stephen for and his connection to get that to us. Guys, as you know right now, we've revealed so much good stuff to you, but I wish I could tell you. But we're not done. So we'll continue to push on. And I think I've got, let me go back over here. And we will do this. Derek, what's up with this one? We're,
Something
hold
refreshing.
on. It didn't do it. Hold on. Let me bring it back up. I
Ooh, I
think,
do like a good selfie.
hold on. For some
Derek, are you good on
reason,
selfies?
for like some reason, Derek, the one gig that you gave me with,
Um, must be unavailable right now.
yeah, what we'll do is
Derek changed his mind, is what happened.
yeah, probably so. We'll do this one. How about this? Guys, how would
Oh,
you like to
Yeah.
have a
there we go.
automated IFTTT WordPress syndication system for $5 with all of these social profiles created for you? Give
Yep.
me a
This thing works.
number 4
This is a great gig, guys.
because you got
This
it.
is a really good gig, and if you don't know what IFTTT is and you don't know what we're talking about, we're basically talking about your content coming out of your site and being automatically syndicated through all these properties.
Yep.
This is pretty awesome. Pretty
Yep.
awesome.
And I will go ahead and I will show you yet another one. This one here I've used as well.
Yep.
Right here from GigBucks. Create one IFTTT account and connect it to 14 social accounts. Look, they're going to create all of these accounts for you right here and link them all up together. I
Yep.
mean, guys, $5. Guys, I mean,
Building instant dash stacks
Exactly.
for $5.
it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Let me see this one here. Here's another one. We'll just get all the IFTTT stuff out of the way. We got 3 of them that we're going to give you. Well, yeah, that's the one that doesn't work. So we will go on here. Here is another one that, hold on, where are we at here? Here we go. Steven, I want you to tell me what in the hell could we do with this gig right here?
All right.
I mean, for $5.
Let me see what. Oh, let's see. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. That might be a better question for Derek. Derek,
What
any
could-
ideas what? Do you guys give me a 1 if you know what a PVA stands for? Give me a 1 if you know what PVA in this title stands for. Give me a 2 if you don't. Okay, because I see this question all the time, especially regarding my training. Okay, yes, it means phone verified account. So instead of asking 8 million questions about how to get around verification, please go buy them. Please, please,
Yeah.
please, please, just go buy them. Stop
Don't waste
asking.
your time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, please stop asking me. I'm in
Yep.
Germany and I need to verify in Australia through a VPN with private proxies, and Google's not accepting my verification. Really? Really? No,
Yep.
no kidding, right?
Yeah. Good stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Please
No
go
sleep.
buy them. Pretty please with sugar on top. Go buy these things. And by the
Yeah.
way, these work great.
Sure they
I mean,
do.
these gigs work great. You know, just go get them. Please just go get them.
Yep.
Use
Okay.
it for your
We're gonna go on
weekends,
to
your
the next one.
class, whatever.
Derek, I want you to tell me what in the world could they do with this gig right here? I mean, it doesn't seem like they would even want it.
Yeah. No, there's nothing with that at all. So, next. Yeah, I mean, I use this one quite often. Like, even if, like if I use the other one to do my reblogs and stuff like this, and then I'll use this one to kind of make like a DAS cluster, basically just pointing right to my my Tumblr right there, because internal links you can spam. If most people don't realize that Tumblr is all on the same domain, right? And they're a lot more lenient on internal linking than they are with external linking. And
Amen.
you're actually using internal links when you're using tumblers to tumblers, right? So,
Yep.
and so you can get creative with this, and you can do a lot more risky things with internal linking. So you have to play with it.
Right. Guys, if this isn't enough right now, and if you're not at least slightly impressed with everything that we've shown, this all that you can get, just give me another hashtag mind blown, because we're not done. We're not done. That's what's crazy. We're not done. I mean, we are over here right now. I think we need another hashtag mind blown. And what I'm going to do, Steven, I'm going to put up another one of yours, and then I'm going to find one that I'm looking for that I can't find. Here we go. This should be it. Right here. Let me see if we get it. What in the world could you do with this, Steven?
Thank you. I was afraid you were going to miss this one.
Nope.
Okay, so right now you see that the gig is paused. Don't freak out. This is actually a guy, okay? This isn't a team of people. This is actually a guy. Okay, I can't tell you how many posts I've seen, not just in OMG, but in other groups as well, where people's sites have been hacked or they've had malicious code injected, SQL, all kinds of stuff, okay? And honestly, there's all kinds of things. I could tell you how to do spywares and malwares and virus scans, and I could talk to you about all kinds of things. But Cotton, can you scroll down just a little bit?
Sure.
On the screen to look at the gig extras.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if are they on there? He changes the gig sometimes.
No.
Okay.
There's...
Okay. So, all right. So I'll tell you what he normally does. So my answer to how to fix it is very simple. Order this gig, and then move on to your next job, because this guy will go in and whatever's wrong with it, he's just going to fix it. Okay, and yes, you have to give this guy like root access to your servers and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't bother me. This guy's probably done 30 plus sites for me, and he always does a good job, easy to work with. So the way that you solve the problem of my site was hacked is you come here and you order this gig, and then you go back to doing what you were doing before. Now, the reason I asked about the extras is because he normally has a gig on there where he will go ahead and install like WordFence for you, or something like that. Because most of you guys who are getting your sites hacked, the reason they're getting hacked is it's very simple. You have weak passwords and you have plugins that aren't updated. Okay. Then again, there's all kinds of other things it can be, but I'm telling you, the majority of your sites that are getting hacked, it's because you have a weak password and your plugins aren't updated, okay? And so I think that he normally has a gig where he'll install it for you for another one. But so, and let me tell you this, you could charge $1,000 or $2,000 for this all day long and twice on Sunday, okay? And I'm not telling you to, extort people, but what I'm telling you is, you have a client and, they have a corporate website or, whatever it is, right? And it's very valuable. All their data is compromised. Everything what I'm saying is you can very, very, very easily charge hundreds of dollars for this. Line item one is security, investigation or probe, right? That's what the line item one is we're going to investigate the issue, right? You charge couple hundred bucks for that, right? Then the next thing that you do is the next line item is evaluation and removal, right? And then that's line item number two. And line item number three is securing, right? So you get three line items, and you charge a couple hundred bucks for each one, and you basically get them all for 10, 15 bucks, and it's completely legit. Because what damage could be done to your client's sites, if they got hacked, right? Do they have credit card information? Do they process private data? It could be devastating to them. So, charging them $500 is very legitimate. And this guy, again, like I said, I don't have any. By the way, I don't have any personal interest, obviously, in any of these gigs, right? None of us do. We don't know the people. We're not like secret affiliates or anything, okay? We're just showing it to you because it works.
$5
Right.
$5 affiliates.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I give my dollar.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. But anyway, so guys, again, and hack sites. So you get that Webmaster Tools thing that says that your site has malware or it's been hacked or there's malicious code. There's a lot of different things. But if you get any of those, then go here, order this gig. He'll have you add him to a couple of your accounts. When he's done, he'll remove himself. You don't have to worry about this guy trying to like steal your site or whatever. And you can legitimately charge hundreds or thousands of dollars for this. What this guy does. This is one of the best examples of arbitrage that I've ever seen in my whole life. What you can charge for what this guy does for you
it's crazy.
Is insane. You really could do thousands of dollars depending on the site.
Guys, how about an idea here? How about malware cleaning services, Tampa, Florida? Malware cleaning services, Philadelphia?
Absolutely.
Website malware cleaning services, who knows, Chicago? Think about it, guys. I mean, you could be charging $500,000 a pop for this stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, in Source University, I think today I answered a question one of the people asked, and I referenced this gig, and I said, don't forget about this too, even as a front end thing. Mr. Client, you've ordered your SEO, you've ordered all this stuff. If you're offering other services, well, would you like to order our security package today, Mr. Customer? It's rampant. Website, attacks are rampant nowadays. Would you like to order our security package, Mr. Customer? Well, what does that include? Well, of course, it includes us installing state-of-the-art, intrusion detection, and blah 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 blah. And of course, if you're attacked, we will cover it for you. So you go install WordFence on this freaking people's site, and if they just happen to get hacked, you order this gig, and you can charge again easily charge hundreds of dollars for your security package.
Sure.
And if you were not listening just now and didn't get what I was saying, play this webinar again. Because I just gave you a line item that you can use with new clients that could increase your revenue by a certain percent.
Exactly.
Just with that one tip.
There you go.
Now, and it would be useless if you didn't know or couldn't trust this. So all of my years of R&D and all the money and energy I've spent, and Derek has spent, and Cotton has spent, and Joe and Gregory, and even Greg Morrison who donated here. That's what you're getting. If you had to go try to find a person like this, it'd be a long time before I'd stake my dang company on it, right? It'd be a long time before I would trust this guy, and it was a long time, but I've done it for you. So if you trust me, you can trust this guy.
Absolutely.
Is basically what I'm saying. So
cool. Guys, we're going to give you another one. How many of you guys like Weebly or use Weebly? Give me a hash, or just give me a 9. Give me a 9. How do you guys like to get powered up Weeblies? Give me a 6. Yeah? Well, here you go, guys. I don't even know how else to do this, but just, go kaboom here. Hold on. How about this one? Derek, what could you do with this one?
I actually use this gig, so I didn't give you guys this one.
Hey,
I'm not giving that one up.
we're like trolling just like you are. Hear that,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
Derek says, "Don't go crazy
Don't use
with
this
this.
one. No,
Don't."
don't use it. I mean, yeah, you can definitely use this one. It's really, really, really powerful.
Right.
Yeah, I use it mostly for yeah, like tier twos kind of stuff. But
Right. Sure. Guys, do you think you could use this? Give me a 2. Do like any of you guys think that you could possibly use this? Right. To get 7 Weeblies with PA 28 plus. Guys, how about ranking some YouTube videos? How about even ranking some Facebook, some Twitter, some LinkedIn? How about your Yelp? How about some of that stuff? So,
oh yeah, you can even build them out and make them like a real PBN. You know?
sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not going to stick too long with that, but guys, let me ask you this. How many of you use Dropbox or like Dropbox? Give me a 4 if you use Dropbox. Well, I'm going to show you one right here that I've used that I just wanted to make sure that my Dropbox was a little bigger. So what he's done is for $5, he's took my Dropbox up to 70 gigs and it sticks.
What?
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Cotton.
Right.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
Right.
fine right now.
For $5. That's right. And
Put that down.
yeah, you're gonna get 70 gigabytes of
Yeah.
that. So, guys,
Dude.
this is how you get this stuff with Dropbox. So we're just gonna run through these very quickly. That's it, guys. What could you do with this? What could you do with this?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's another live thing, man.
hmm
Possibly.
It could be. Guys, what
Could
can
be.
you do with that? Let me just see if anyone
Could be.
even knows. Crazy. Hold on. Let me see if there's another one here I can show. I think we got.
That kid looks smart too. I trust her.
Absolutely.
She's on Craigslist all day.
Hold on. I'm gonna. I don't know if we've went over this one yet or not. And this is yours, Steven. Right here.
Oh man. Dude, I forgot some of these I sent to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we talked earlier about the embeds, right? Yeah, seriously, I can't even believe I sent you this one.
I use this one too.
Dude, all right. So for those of you who aren't aware of what Traffic Geyser is, I'm gonna synthesize this for you. You send this guy $5, and you send him a link to a video, and he's gonna take that video and he's gonna put it on like 33 or 34 video sites other than YouTube. So for $5. So an embed is putting your video into like these blogs that may or may not have power, right? This is, think about how much freaking time and energy it would take you to register for an account on 30 different video sharing sites and to manually upload each one of them. For $5, he does this for you. I love this gig. Again, this is one of those things. We talked about the video rankings. This is one of the gigs that I buy every time for my clients. Again, I almost can't believe we're talking about this here. But when I take that video I want to rank for my client, this is the first thing that I do with it is I order this gig. And I get this guy, and listen, so it's got all these links now, not only from these mostly super high authority sites, but they're also obviously, they get real views and stuff too. These are legit sites. So this one is crazy. I mean, just the time saving alone is nuts. So if you do anything with video ranking at all, whether it's your business model or whether it's just a one-off, you need to look at something like this. And this particular, there's different gigs, and there's a couple of others that are decent too, but this one is my favorite. This guy, and I only see 100 and something on here. I think that I found him first maybe on SEO Clerks. It was another site, but then he moved over here. But this guy's really good. This guy is really good. He's really easy to work with, and again, I think you pay for 30. He normally does like 35, 36, something like that. I can't remember. But anyway. And he'll, if you want to pay the extra gigs, he'll even jazz them up for you, man. He can put links and pics and everything, right? Like he can, in other words, he can not just post a video, but he can like actually set up a whole account for you. So it's crazy. It's a crazy good gig.
Sure. Let me do this one. Derek, this is one of yours. What can they do with this?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Actually, you can actually get the extras in this one. You can get a kick,
Good one.
like really, really good infographic. And
Yep.
I told the client I spent $800 on it.
And it's about $50, right?
Yeah.
About $50,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then you know how many there's links all over the place. You can drop infographics and high DA stuff.
Sure.
Yep.
People don't realize you can even embed links into the image.
I do that too, man. I do this one, Derek, and for, like he said, about $50, right, is what it cost me to get an infographic that the market value from someone who's competent would easily be $800, $1,000. No lie.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
lie.
yeah.
It's a great gig. Yeah, I love this guy.
Right.
Love this guy.
Guys, how many of you were on when Joe and I combined our webinars and I gave you guys an infograph? Well, gave you guys a link to an infograph. Give me one. This is who I use to do it. These are the people that I use to do it, and they did it amazing. These guys will even go out and even do the research for you if you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's part of what you pay for. Yeah.
Yeah, and infographics are one of the most easily shareable pieces of content you can put on your website. So,
Amen.
Yeah, they easily just click in bed and put it on my site, and you're instantly getting powered up to your site too. So,
Sure,
Absolutely.
sure. Next one is another one from you, Derek. This one was from you because I'm pulling it from your Skype. So you don't remember.
Yeah, I mean that's just pretty much the same as the other authority sites links we've been doing. So, yeah, you get logins and everything. So you can go in there. I have no problem with linking to a money site with this as long as I have a login. I have full control over what I put on there, and I can. I don't like having spun content put over 22 different links, so I always go back in there and rewrite stuff, and but it works well. So
Sure.
just make sure anytime you order any kind of these packages, make sure it says easy report with login details.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this one right here is from Gregory Ortiz. Submitted this one and said he's got some great, as you can see, look at this, 5.0 with 1,700 buyers. We'll create a whiteboard animation video within 24 hours. So this is a good one here. We're going to include this. Guys, I think we've went over about as many as we're going to go over. Guys, if you don't have, if the possibilities are endless, and there's some of them that we haven't went over, I think we've just kind of beat a dead horse here in all that you could get. Guys, if you want this link that is going to give you everything, what I need you to do is give me hashtag give me link. Give me link. And I'm going to put it in there, guys. And how many? Yeah, we're like up to 1,200. So, guys, this is going to give you the list of everything. I don't even think you guys understand how this is going to be able to help you tremendously with a lot of stuff. Now, we've given you ideas. We've shown you what gig stacking is all about. You can pay to get your video done. Now, guys, there's more stuff that I've got on this link that I'm going to give you. There's way more stuff. There's voiceovers. There's writing press releases. There's articles. There's other stuff. It's a full list of things that we use. But here's what you have to do, guys. You can get that video done now. You have no excuse not to get it done. You can get that video embedded in all these sites. You can send links to them with high trust flow, with edu, and with .gov links. You can have all sorts of stuff going on. You can get expired tumblers, expired Weeblies. You can fix hacked sites for $5. We've shown you how to get Google reviews that stick. It goes on and on and on. Guys, if this can't give you a bump or an edge over your competition, guys, this is one of these times also where I'm going to throw this on here. Now, this is what I call client stacking, where you take one of my methods and stack it on another. Go back to YouTube heisting. Guys, give me a 6 if you remember YouTube heisting that I talked about and invented all the way back in January, if you even remember that. Guys, when you do tube heisting, what you can do now is you can literally just take that person's website now. You don't even have to steal the video. Just give that guy the website. He'll make a fresh one and outrank that yellow pages. And then go to him and say, hey, we can leave it up or we can take it down. How about, $300-400 a month, $500 a month, anything to get you started. Guys, if I'm making sense, give me a 7. If I'm making sense. Exactly. Do you not see how we just made your life a whole lot easier? So what I'm saying is, guys, there's all sorts of ideas that you can take with what we've shown you. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in here. And guys, before I do, I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding you don't share the link. That's it. So give me a 2 if you understand that. Give me a 2. If you're on the webinar, you got it. If you're not on the webinar, you're not. Because what I'm going to do is if I start seeing everyone on East Jesus coming in here, clicking into it, I'm not. So everyone's got a good clear indication of it. There you go. I've sent it to everyone right now. Give me a number, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up right here. Go ahead and get it unsuspended right here. So, guys, it's off of my website. It's a simulation. Well, I'm showing the link up there, so. But, yeah, I'll just blur it out on the replay. So, guys, it has everything that we've done right here. All listed right here, all the way down. Now, guys, if you've enjoyed this webinar, I want to make sure that everyone got it. If someone did not get it, give me a 6. Give me a 6. If you didn't get the link, we're going to send it again through the chat box. Send to all. Look in the questions. Look in the questions.
Send that to here too. I can see. I need that link.
Oh, I'm going to send it to your Skype.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to your Skype. So there you go, guys. Now, if for some reason you're on the webinar and you didn't get it, I'll be nice in the next 30 minutes and I'll send it to you. If it's within, 9:42 Eastern time to 10:42, and if you just didn't get the link, but you guys might be crashing my server, right?
Yeah,
right now. So just be patient. The link is there. It's live. Who knew that it'd crash my server? But guys, what I'd like for you to do is if you've enjoyed this webinar, Stephen and Derek, Gregory Ortiz, Joe Marfolio, myself, and Greg Morrison has submitted these gigs to you that are approved by us. Now, I ultimately want to tell you to use these with caution. This is not a replacement for PBNs, but I just want you to look at it. It can enhance what you're doing. It's not a substitute for foundational stuff, but it can certainly make your life easier. It can make a client happier. It can make you look more confident with a lot of different things. So, guys, if you've enjoyed the webinar, I'd like you to personally thank the coaches for what they've done. You know what, guys, and thank David Mills. Him and I decided to open up a simulation webinar to all of OMG for the whole month of October, starting, and it's not even October yet. It's not October till tomorrow. So the good news is, guys, all of you that are not in Project Breakthrough or Director's Cut is going to get 4 more webinars from Assimilation, and we're going to scorch it the next 4 weeks. We're going to do stuff like this. But guys, what I'd like you to do is if you've got success with what we've shown you, please share it. One other favor that I have of all of you that would really mean a lot to all of us is simply this, which is that, guys, we're going to be doing a massive OMG launch, which is going to be this holiday season. And what we want is it would mean a lot to us, to me, Mike, David, Greg, and the whole staff, if you could please give a video testimonial and just send it to either Mike or myself. Now, I know that's a lot to ask for, but if OMG has changed your life, and if you're comfortable with possibly being on a future webinar discussing how OMG has changed your life, just a simple, 30-second, 2-minute video about how OMG has changed your life, it would mean a lot to us. And that's all I ask for revealing a lot of this stuff. It was a lot of arm twisting to get these coaches to reveal some of the gigs that you even heard that they were even skeptical to give up, because it's kind of like our bread and butter. It's some of the things that make our lives a little bit easier. So, guys, what I'd like to see is if you could, just so I could get a good idea, if you think that it's not, this isn't a promise, but if you could give me hashtag possible, if you could do a video testimonial, could you please post that in the right there in the OMG way? Not about an income report, just what OMG has done for you, as far as maybe it's helped you, quit your day job. It's helped you with freedom. It's like something else, guys. We want to try to reach as many people as possible. And the great part about OMG is I don't think you guys know. A lot of times you guys think I come across as being abrasive or done. Guys, I'm just so protective of you guys. I want you to make money. I want you to get the right information, and I want you to do well. That's more important to me than anything, because at the end of the day, if you're not putting good out into the world, what good are you? What good are you? I know Steven feels the same way. I know
Amen.
Derek, he feels the same way. Derek, Derek is here, mind you, by his own time. Derek is not paid for this. I don't know if you guys don't know that, but I can tell you this. It's if you want to help Derek, if you want to help him, then how we're compensating Derek is the second leg of OMG Live. It's our way of homaging Derek and the brilliance that he is as an SEO, but our way of giving back to him monetarily in OMG. So if you're touched by anything that Derek's done, and if you want to pay him back, the way to do it is to go to the second leg of OMG Live. That's going to help Derek. So if Derek's meant a lot to you over the last year, I know that he's the rising star of 2015, then that's how you can show it. But guys, if you could, please, it'd mean a lot to me. I know that we've got a lot of possibles here. If there's any way that you could get those to send them to either Mike or myself, that would help us out tremendously. And we would like to do a webinar and feature possibly you in it and talk about what we've done for you. And you can use that to show to your clients, that you were featured on our webinar and that you're making guest appearances about SEO and all that sort of stuff. It would really mean a lot to us. But guys, we're going to go ahead and close down the webinar. I have no idea what assimilation will be about next week. Actually, I just put a phone call into Steven on Saturday and said, hey, what do you think about going over the top Fiverr gigs? He said, hey, yeah, let's do it. So sometimes ideas just come to me over the week. I have no idea what next week will be. We'll be in assimilation. I leave for New York City tomorrow. Look forward to seeing all of you there, guys. Please thank Steven. Please thank Derek. I'm going to leave them with the last words, and we're going to close the webinar. Steven, any last words?
Yeah, guys, I just want to tell you that what Cotton said is true. If he comes across as abrasive sometimes, it is because he cares so much. Same thing for me. If I'm tearing you up sometimes on some of these webinars, know that it's coming from my heart. And if I didn't care, I would just ignore you, or I would just try to placate you. And please know that me and Derek, Cotton, really all the coaches at OMG, we're really, really, moved by your success. and we're moved by being a part of the city on a hill. So it's an honor to be here, and as usual, thanks Cotton for having me, and Derek, as usual, good to talk to you. I should reach out to you later this week, buddy. Haven't talked to you in a while, so thanks again for having me,
Sure.
and I hope y'all have a good night.
Derek, last words, buddy.
Yeah, no, not much. Just I'm putting out an update video for Juicy Domains in next day because we have a pretty cool Wayback downloader that's going to be free for everyone in there for even PBNs you buy from us or anywhere else. So it's pretty cool for $19 a month for charging. So
great, definitely, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.